The offseason always seems like a long, drawn-out process, but never fear, folks. The college football season is here. It's week 1 for Sam Houston State. Bearcat football is next. College football on ESPN, Bauer Stadium in Huntsville, Texas. Southland Conference football featuring the Bearkats of Sam Houston State. It's their season opener, welcoming in the Panthers from Prairie View A&M. Hi again, everybody. Randy McAvoy alongside my partner Shay Walker. Great to have you with us. The opener has arrived, Shay, for Sam Houston State. They waited a little bit longer than most teams, but they're ready to go today.
Well, they really are. And we talked to Coach Casey Keeler, and all he could talk about was an opportunity now to go out and see how good this version of his team can be, and he's really excited about this first opener.
Let's talk about the Bearcats offense shattering records in recent years. That's been the storyline for this offense. They've got a new face at quarterback, and perhaps more than one if Casey Keeler wants to play more than one guy.
Well, it's very difficult to replace Jeremiah Briscoe, the two-time Walter Payton Award winner, 102 touchdowns over the last 2 seasons. However, Mike Dare, the 6'5", 230-pound transfer into this program, will probably get the start. However, keep in mind there is 2 very good redshirt freshman quarterbacks in Ty Brock and Eric Schmidt, and both of those guys will probably see some snaps tonight.
All right, we'll be on the lookout for that. Meanwhile, on the other side for Prairie View A&M, as we mentioned, they've already played 2 games. This is the 3rd game of the season. Jalen Morton has done a terrific job leading this offense.
Well, he really has, Randy. He's a 6'3", 215-pound guy. He's got a rocket for an arm, and he's also got an outstanding wide receiver in Tristan Wallace, the transfer from Oregon, who's now on this team. And so this Prairie View Panther team is good.
All right, we're going to find out here shortly. Opening kickoff from Bauer Stadium here in Huntsville, Texas. Sam Houston State, Prairie View A&M. Opening kickoff coming up on ESPN.
United as alumni. United as Bearcats. Join the Alumni Association today.
Live here at Bauer Stadium, approaching kickoff. Sam Houston State and Prairie View A&M. Great to have you with us here on an overcast evening here, early evening in Huntsville. We've got rain in all directions, Shay. Let's hope we can somewhat stay dry. It rained a little while ago, lightly, then it passed through.
Well, it's one of those things that might affect the ball game, Randy, as far as the field conditions go, because that rain was pretty intense for a short period of time, as you were saying. But let's see how it goes. Right now, it's clear skies.
Right now, let's pitch it quickly downfield. Check in with Matt Peterson, roaming the sidelines. Hey, Matt.
One new thing with Sam Houston State this year, the offensive coordinator, Ryan Carty, 11 years at New Hampshire. He was previously the backup quarterback behind Joe Flacco at Delaware under Casey Keeler. And one thing different about Sam Houston State this year, they want to be able to run the ball in the big games in late December. They won't totally throw away the up-tempo offense, but they want to be able to run the ball when they have to.
All right, Matt, appreciate it. We'll be checking in with Matt Peterson throughout the broadcast. We're ready for kickoff now. And the kickoff duties for Prairie View A&M will be held by Zach Elder. And back to receive for Sam Houston State, number 8, Davian Davis, number 2, Tyler Scott, 2 veterans, also the receiving corps for the Bearcats.
Well, this Bearcats team has been a high-octane offense, as Matt was alluding to, and with the new Ryan Carty, offensive coordinator, coming in from New Hampshire, I don't expect to see a whole lot of things different, Randy, but there will be a different pace and a different tempo to the Bearcat offense.
Davian Davis fields the kickoff, takes the knee. Bearcats will begin on offense. And again, as we mentioned at the top of this broadcast, some excitement. Obviously, what they've been able to do in recent years with Jeremiah Briscoe in the offense, he's gone now. A new era begins with Mike Dare right now, and he's running out there. He'll get the opening start here.
Well, and as a senior coming out of high school in New Jersey, Mike Dare committed and went to Rutgers University. Spent a couple of years there, and then he went to Lackawanna College there in New Jersey. Found his way here. Coach Casey Keeler using some of those Northeastern connections to pull him down, and he's a big guy, 6'6", 225 pounds, got a rocket for an arm.
Opening play is a handoff for the Bearcats. out to the 28-yard line. They're going to use multiple guys in this backfield here today, and that is Remus Bulmer getting the start in the first carry for Sam Houston State.
Well, Remus Bulmer, a familiar name for these Bearcat offenses in the last couple of years. The big, tough, physical inside runner. Did a nice job there on first down.
There rolls out, fires outside. Intended receiver was Davian Davis, a little high there, well covered around the 35-yard line. Brings up third down now for Sam Houston State. So Dare making this start. How do you think he's feeling right now? It's the first game. They've had a great camp, but it is the first game, and you should have some jitters, right?
Well, when you're around Casey Keeler, though, Randy, and you know this, he makes you feel comfortable. I mean, he talks about expectations, and he talks about things. Let's go out and do what you do best and continue to perform, and he's big on that. Well, great defensive play there by the cornerback coming over the top.
Nathan Stewart
looking for a flag, and he's not going to get one. Bearcats will be forced to punt.
Bender in there got a hand on it, knocked it loose, so the Panthers defense holds on the opening series to start this football game. So Matt McRobert is back, number 47 for Sam Houston State. We weren't sure if we're going to see him earlier or not. He's a freshman from Australia. Remember, Lachlan Edwards was an Australian as well, now in the NFL with the Jets. Matt McRobert. That one out of bounds around the 34-yard line, so his first collegiate punt right there. Casey Keeler raved about the leg he has. We'll also may see some of Cameron Hearn with the punting duties as well for Sam Houston State this evening here at Bauer Stadium. So Prairie View out for their first series against this Bearcat defense. Jalen Morton leading the way at quarterback, the redshirt junior. Off to a nice start through the first couple of games of this season. Pressure right there, and down he goes at the 25-yard line. Defensive pressure, a couple of guys got in there quickly.
Eric Fowler, the speed rusher, off of the edge. 6'1", 225 pounds, a very familiar name to these Bearcats. Does a great job of beating the block, and he gets to Jalen Morton before he has an opportunity to do anything with the football. It's going to be a big loss, and that's a nice negative play for the Bearcats and defensive coordinator Clayton Carlin.
Wanya Tucker just to the right of Jalen Morton. We'll talk about the numbers they put up a week ago. Get more pressure. And again, another sack around the 23-24-yard line. And I think that might be Osei Adume, number 96, a defensive tackle, redshirt freshman.
Yeah, Adume doing a nice job, but that full Bearcat front, Randy, this is twice now, first down and second down, that it's just been the four rushers. And they're bringing a lot of pressure off the edge now and trying to get the fans involved, and they're starting to respond.
Third down and 24 now for Prairie View from the 23-yard line. Morton looking for a little time in the pocket. Gets that one off. Quick tackle made. Back to the line of scrimmage. Bearcat defense impressive in series number one.
Well, only a three-man rush. And really had that play diagnosed from the beginning. You saw the little pass out to the flat, tried to set up a screen, and Bearcat defense saying nothing doing.
Caleb Darbone will have the punting duties for Prairie View. Back to receive for Sam Houston State. Davian Davis, always dangerous. Number change as well.
Good pressure on the punter, but that ball takes a decided Prairie View A&M bounce.
All the way inside the 30-yard line. Around the 27, so Sam Houston State will get their second look on offense.
Hey, how about us talking about offense? And now it's the defenses. Both go 3 and out.
Back live here at Bauer Stadium, second offensive series for Sam Houston State. Randy McAvoy, Shea Walker, Matt Peterson with you. Mike Dare in his first start for Sam Houston State. Over the middle, incomplete. We've got a flag down at the late flag at the 40-yard line. We'll see if there was some contact on that pass attempt over the middle from Dare.
Sam's going to get the call, but that is a late flag coming in, and you see the arm strength there of Mike Dare. I mean, that looked to be from here good coverage. Maybe there was a push at the end, but you see the arm strength of Dare. I mean, he was trying to put it in a tight window, and he had thought out of zip on it.
Five-yard line now for the Bearcats. There's a replay again. Davis immediately felt the contact, knew the flag was coming, so 1st and 10 for the 35 now. Both teams 3 and out in their opening series. Here's Dare. He's going to be brought down inside the 20, gets loose, but chased down again at the 24-yard line. Good pressure from the Panthers. 2 or 3 Prairie View players on him quickly.
Looked like Quentin Bell getting in there in the background. Remus Bulmer had him originally blocked, and Dare, as he rolls out to his left, comes back into the purview of Quentin Bell, and made a heck of a play there. Now it's 2nd and a mile for the Bearcats.
He was able to get away from that initial contact right there, but then 2 other Panthers right there to chase him down. 2nd down and 21 now after a loss of 11. Pushes Sam Houston State back to 24. Pass attempt there. Intended receiver Nathan Stewart. A little high there, brings up 3rd down.
Well, Randy, that was a play too by offensive coordinator Ryan Carty. He's trying to get Mike Dare comfortable in this offense. And they're, it's like I said, 2nd and a mile. That was a 5-yard out route. Trying to find Nathan Stewart, the ball just a little bit high. So trying to get Mike Dare just to settle down a little bit, get used to the game speed, get more comfortable, and make the throws that you know you can make.
3rd down and 21. Nearly intercepted. It is intercepted. Pass is tipped. Prairie View with the turnover. First turnover of this football game.
Looks like Anthony Stubbs, the middle linebacker, gets the deflection. Ball bounces off the hands of the Prairie View defender, makes a play on the ball, and Stubbs, the linebacker.
Nice return after the interception.
Comes up with it again, another very tight window. Mike Dare trying to throw the ball to. And keep it in mind, Randy, look, this is the Bearcats' first game of the season. Prairie View's already had 2 games, and there's a lot that you can tell that's going on right now just to get into the rhythm of game speed.
1st down and 10 for the 23. The pass from Jalen Morton is caught. Receiver to Tristan Wallace. We talked about him at the top. Talented receiver on this Panthers offense. Pressure.
Wow, what a play by the Bearcats defense. Eric Fowler coming up with the final play, but just the run, the fake, the zone read was stuffed at the line of scrimmage as Jalen Morton was trying to roll out to his left. I mean, he rolled right into the teeth of the defense, and Eric Fowler, big play defensively there for the Bearcats.
Morton barely got that one off. 2nd down now. Panthers on the 13-yard line. Morton looking for the corner. Incomplete. Coverage on the play from Tristan McCollum of Sam Houston State. Nice touch on the ball there from Morton. A little too much on it towards the end, though, and McCollum right there to defend.
Well, we're starting to get a little bit more showers. The rain's falling down. Not blowing sideways as it was earlier, but still enough to have an effect.
3rd down and 10. Morton in looking for the back of the end zone. And again, too much on that one. Well defended by Sam Houston State on 3rd down.
Well, 2 defenders are going with the best receiver. They had him blanketed, and there was no way on the trajectory of the pass that the Bearcats were going to even be worried or concerned about him being able to catch the ball on the field to play. They forced a high, long throw that took the receiver out of bounds. Very nice defense, combination-wise, back there between the linebackers and the defensive backs.
Zach Elder will attempt the field goal. 30-yard attempt coming up. Snap is good. Kick is good. Prairie View on the board with a field goal here. 10:39 to go here, first quarter at Bauer Stadium in Huntsville. Prairie View leading Sam Houston State 3-0. Back live at Bauer Stadium in Huntsville, 3-0. Prairie View A&M leading Sam Houston State after a 30-yard field goal. Rain is coming down. We'll check in with Matt Peterson here momentarily. Zach Elder will kick it off for Prairie View. Dalen Harris. And Tyler Scott back for Sam Houston State. Harris again will field it, take a knee in the end zone. So the Bearkats back on offense, looking to get something going here in this first quarter. Right now, let's toss it down to the field. Check in once again with Matt Peterson. Hey, Matt. All right, we'll check in with Matt here in just a moment. Rain is coming down here, and could be the case during most of this football game. Weather hitting North Texas all the way down to Austin and working its way across the state. We'll see if he could dance around us a little bit. Handoff from Dare out to the 30-yard line. That's Kyron Jackson, the sophomore, getting his first carry. Kyron Jackson, the newcomer. You've got Remus Bulmer, the veteran Shea, Jacoby Butler. We could see a couple more guys get some totes tonight.
Well, they'll be rotating the running backs through as they are still looking, and they are fortunate to have, oh, what a pass and nice throw out to Nathan Stewart. The Prairie View defender, Randy, was right there, and that ball, had it not been thrown to the outside, that might have been picked and taken all the way. Very good location by Mike Dare, and that'll build his confidence so far in this game. Excellent throw.
Move the chains. Out to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll mark it. 1st and 10 for Sam Houston State. There again looking. Yeah. Ball is caught, but out of bounds around the 40. Davian Davis went upstairs to get it. Good coverage there for Prairie View as well.
Well, Davis is the inside receiver, and Stewart runs a stop. Davis runs a little flag route behind him, but the ball's just a little too tall. Good job by the Prairie View defender pushing him out, but that's one of those throws that Mike Dare, once he gets into rhythm, he's gonna lower the trajectory on that pass, and that way his receiver will have an opportunity to bring it down just inside the boundary line.
Prairie View brought the blitz. Dare got that one off quickly to Tyler Scott, his first catch of the evening. And they'll get it down to the 48-yard line. 3rd down coming up for the Bearkats now. Again, you've got a football team that's had 2 games under their belt, Shea. They've had a chance to work out the kinks, kind of get in rhythm.
Yep.
Against the Bearcat team out for the first time. This is the 3rd straight week Prairie View has faced a team that was opening their year. Panthers next week will be in Las Vegas, take on UNLV. Catch is made. Nathan Stewart into Panther territory, crossing the 40. And he is brought down at the 37, so now we're getting some consistency with this offense.
I think Mike Dare's settling down just a little bit, making that throw across the middle there to Nathan Stewart. Stewart doing a nice job of cutting it upfield, knowing the distance that he needed to move the chains. He did so on 3rd down, and that's exactly what you would expect an experienced receiver with his skill do. Doing what you need to do to pick up that 1st down and get the sticks moving.
First down from 37 over the middle. Pass is caught again at the 25. That's Davian Davis.
And Davis gets popped as he catches the ball. And then this is the 2nd time, Randy. In that first series, we saw Mike Dare throwing the ball into some tight windows. He absolutely threaded the needle on that one. And it's good when your receiver in the rain can come up with a catch like that, knowing that you're going to take a shot.
Marking at the 24-yard line. 1st down.
Moving the pocket a little bit. He's just take a little bit off. Marquise Bates was a wide receiver. When it's wet and raining and the ball is slippery, the ball has a tendency to come out a little high. Looks like that's what happened there on that pass from Mike Dare.
Big frame on Dare, 6'6", 225-pounder. Tyron Jackson just to his left. Dare going to the end zone. Got an open receiver, a little too much on that one. Nathan Stewart had a little bit of separation right there, Shea, but too much on that ball from Dare.
Nope, just got to work on the timing. That's a very difficult route to complete, and it's one that takes tons and tons and tons of reps. Nathan Stewart, though, is they'd be impressed with the way the receivers are making catches now. 3rd and 10. Let's see if the Bearcats can keep this drive going.
Third down and 10 for Sam Houston State. Best drive of the game so far, over the middle. There's Nathan Stewart again, couldn't hold on to it. Rain's coming down a little harder now.
Well, and it feels like, and again, not being a meteorologist or having slept at a Holiday Inn Express, but when you see the rain do what it's doing right now, I mean, it's just a straight, steady drop. Coming down heavier and heavier, and as we saw right there, Nathan Stewart also had a little bit of difficulty keeping his footing as he was attempting to catch that pass.
42-yard field goal attempt from Trey Honstein. It's up and it's good. Bearcats in the rain. The conditions, the elements, he fights through it.
Yeah, Honstein is a great kicker, and I mean, what a terrific job he has done here at Sam Houston State, knocking that one through.
Back live in Huntsville, Texas, Bowers Stadium. 3-3 ball game between Sam Houston State and Prairie View. Randy McElvoy, Shea Walker, Matt Peterson with you on a soggy early evening here in Huntsville. Bearcats season opener. Honstein will kick it off. Nice special teams. Inside the 30 is where Prairie View will take over on offense. Christian McCollum with the stop there for the Bearcats. Defense back out now. Again, 3-3 ball game here, first quarter. First down, DeWanya Tucker with the carry. Had a big week last week. He's got speed. He's showing it right now. Inside the 30 and knocked out of bounds. Big gain for Prairie View.
Well, a little bit of options there on the handoff. He was the second choice, DeWanya Tucker. Did a nice job, and it looked like the defense maybe just shifted a little bit too far to the left initially, and then Tucker takes it right back over the right side, and Prairie View offense have to wait for the chains to move, but they're taking that snap already.
Coach Eric Dooley taking notes right there on the sidelines. He liked what he saw. Passes caught there inside the 15-yard line.
Tucker
on first down.
Another run.
DeWanya
right.
Tucker right up the middle. Touchdown, Panthers. They've made that series look very easy.
4-play drive for a touchdown. Not bad. In the rain. Got a good kick return around to the 30-yard line, but that first play from scrimmage with DeWanya Tucker. Getting down the sidelines, and he takes the handoff again, looks left, and then he sees a big open hole over on the right side. He walks into the end zone.
Extra point attempt coming up. Off the
Well,
snap. Kicker's going to be brought down, so they couldn't handle the snap. Bearcats right there to make the stop, but not before the damage was done. Daniel Adams with the tackle for the Bearcats. So it's a 9-3 lead now for Prairie View. Again, a short series, just over 70 yards, 4 plays.
Well, the Prairie View offense going quick start and really not giving the Bearcat defense an opportunity to get set. That was just an easy walk-in by Dewanye Tucker. Only 5'6", 175 pounds. And that first run that he had from scrimmage put the Prairie View A&M Panthers in great field position, and just in a couple of plays, they put points on the board.
Dewanye Tucker right now, when you look at the rushers, a couple of carries, 60 yards, not a bad average right there. After that big gainer. So Tyler Scott, Jalen Harris back to receive now for Sam Houston State. And last Prairie View drive, 3 plays, 71 yards.
Big return.
Here we go. Jalen Harris down the right side for Sam Houston State. That's the answer Sam Houston State was needing after that touchdown.
Well, outstanding field position and a great job by the kickoff return team for Sam Houston. Bearcats needed that, and like I said, they're going to have great starting field position. Up, got a flag down. I didn't see the flag. I do see the official.
Going to go get Sam Houston State.
No, it's the flag, Randy's down on the 25-yard line. It's on the white stripe. Wow, that's a big change of field position for the Bearcats. And I would say that to this, we're not going to continue to harp on it, but it is very difficult. It takes a little while to get up to real game speed. I mean, regardless if it's offense, defense, or special teams, I mean, just a substitution, everything moves faster in the game. And right now the Bearcats have shown that they can adjust and handle some of that, but also they're having a couple of problems in some other areas. Those will be cleaned up, but right now the Bearcats will be starting scrimmage from their own 15-yard line.
Mike Dare out there again. Just to his right is Kyron Jackson. Hand off to Jackson. He's got a hole right side. 40. Midfield into Panther territory. Knocked out of bounds. Close to the 35-yard line. Great job up front for the Bearcats in open space for Kyron Jackson.
Well, Tristan went, Tyler Edwards, and Sam Spencer on the right side of that. Oh, and there is a flag at the 29-yard line. And the Bearcat faithful not too happy. Wow.
Holding call will bring it back.
The hold was downfield. So after they mark off the penalty, it'll still be first down.
First and 10 from the 20. Hand off, Jackson. Not much there, maybe to the 21-yard line.
Randy, Tyler Edwards got rolled up by the running back, and he is down on the ground. Play was coming right behind him, and running back and bodies were hit going forward and just rolled right up the back of his legs.
6'4", 315-pound junior is Tyler Edwards. He's from Buna, Texas, Buna High School, Golden Triangle region. Let's hope he's okay. He's getting checked out by 3 of the Bearcat trainers.
Well, most offensive linemen, almost on every team that you see these days, wears knee braces, and they do that for a reason. When you're down there in the trenches and it's tough sledding and all the things that do go on down in the trenches, it's just another layer of protection. Good to see him up, being able to put a little bit of weight, but we'll have to see what happens later on.
This is sort of a new look line for Sam Houston State. You've got Watanabe on that right or left tackle slot. Tristan Went is your center. And you got Edwards, Spencer, Matt Burrell, the newcomer guys that stepping into roles here this season.
Well, and you also have a first-year offensive line coach in Darnell Stapleton. Played at Rutgers, 4 years with the Steelers. Won a Super Bowl in 2008. And Coach Keeler was talking about how this offensive line and the teams that they have played in the past, North Dakota State, James Madison, Jacksonville State, those games that were difficult for them, the offensive lines, it just got to change, wants to do a change to the offense.
Right.
Not getting a completion there, trying to reach Nathan Stewart for a first down. But how do you compete in those games? And that's what Coach Keeler unabashedly says, I came here to win a national championship.
Absolutely. And
he's had his team in the semifinals for 3 of the last 4 years. It's just, that offensive line has been the difference in the games that they've played and lost, Randy. In 2014, in the semifinals, North Dakota State, 15 semifinals against Jacksonville State, 16 quarterfinals against James Madison, and in 2017, North Dakota State. All those games, Coach Keeler feels like they needed to make an adjustment to that offensive line. That's why they brought Darnell Stapleton in.
Prairie View holds Sam Houston State, forces the punt. Special teams watching that settle around the 35-yard line. And it goes back now to Prairie View with a 9-3 lead. Prairie View's last series, 3 plays, 71 yards. 60 of those, I should say 46 of those coming on that one run from Dewanya Tucker. And Tucker had, coming off that big week he had last week against North Carolina Central, 224 yards in the victory last week rushing.
Nothing doing there. Looked like Caleb Broach with the handoff, and defensively for the Bearcats, defensive line got great penetration and dropped him for a loss.
Broach in there for the first time tonight. Second and 13 now from the 32. Deep ball, left side, got a receiver. No flag down.
Well, he said he's out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Checking to see if that foot got in. It didn't. Jalen Thomas with the coverage, left corner for Sam Houston State, stepping up with a play.
Nice job there by Tristan Wallace. Coaches are looking at the replay, and they're gonna take a timeout so it can be fully reviewed. Wallace is a matchup nightmare for anybody, man-to-man. 6'3", 235 pounds, out of DeSoto High School in the Dallas area. Went to Oregon. Things didn't work out there, so came back to play here at Prairie View A&M.
Eric Dooley getting the explanation for the field judge there. Prairie View coming off 2 games at Rice back on August 25th. They lost 31-28 on a last-second field goal from the Owls. And then last week, a 40-24 victory over North Carolina Central. Here's a look at that play again, Jay.
A nice ball by Jalen Morton. Throws it out over the top, and you see that big body, Randy. It looks like the left foot got in bounds. I couldn't quite tell where the right foot was on that. It wasn't bad coverage, but keeping in mind, Tristan Wallace is 6'3", 235 pounds. He is a big, strong, athletic receiver and very difficult to match up with. So I'm going to say Eric Dooley came from Grambling State as an offensive coordinator. It is his first year here at Prairie View A&M. But Prairie View did call the first timeout, and then now the officials, after the timeout, have stopped play and are going over to review.
4:47 left, first quarter. Prairie View with the last drive led to a touchdown. Break a 3-3 tie. Then they mishandled the snap. Let's take a look at this play one more time here.
You just see that big size. And it's right there. So there's the catch. So he's got the ball secured. Now where does that left foot? Does it come down first? Or is it down?
Looks like the left foot.
Close. Left foot's close, but at the right foot, if they came down simultaneously, if the left foot is deemed to hit first, it's going to be a catch.
Yeah.
If they're deemed to hit at the same time, it will not be a catch. But it's very difficult.
To me, it looks like his left foot is down first, but
it's still, yep.
Play will stand, and the pass ruled complete. Incomplete, I should say.
Yep.
They ruled him out of bounds. And a third down play now coming up for Prairie View. Even with the rain, fans are staying in their seats. Good crowd today. Both bands are here. Obviously, Sam Houston State's for sure. And Prairie View's band also making the trip. Both bands will put on shows during halftime. 3rd and 13 now from the 32. Hand off to Tucker. Well read there by the Bearcat defense.
Royce C., the linebacker. 6 foot, 210-pounder comes in and just absolutely wraps up the running back. Nice job. Good pressure up front. Take a look at the replay, Randy, and see the linebacker just targeting the running back, not getting overly aggressive, and try to do that little bit of a slow misdirection play. And Royce C. did a great job of holding his water until he needed to take off and go attack the running back.
Caleb Darbone, punting duties for Prairie View.
Oh, mishandled that.
Mishandled the snap, pressure. Gets it off.
All kind of bad things are going on right now for the Prairie View A&M Panthers.
Punter's down. We got a Bearcat helmet on the ground.
He tried to throw the ball that it ill-fated, but the Bearcats are going to come over with great field position.
Big break for Sam Houston State, down 6 here in the first quarter.
So you see the snap is just a little bit low, and then as he tries to run, I mean, this great coverage coming in, but he actually attempts a pass. Ball came up incomplete. They said the Bearcats now, Randy, with great starting field position.
Yeah, they're going to open up here on the 33-yard line. Remus Ballmer's checked back in for Sam Houston State. Right behind quarterback Mike Dare. And tight end Woody Brandom out there as well for the Bearcats. 1st and 10 from the 33.
Yeah, Caleb Jolivet.
Jolivet, the redshirt freshman from Manville, Texas. Manville High School. Good program in the Houston area.
One of those many guys that we will see getting handoffs, and in this offense, wide receivers, slot guys, inside flankers, all those guys have opportunities to carry the football. Now you got 2 backs in the backfield. That Sam Houston State line pushing forward, only needing a yard to pick up a first down. Making sure they got there, Jacoby Butler taking the handoff and moving the chains.
Clock continues to run, 3:25 and counting. And Bulmer. Bearcat rain has stopped temporarily. Let's see if this holds up. It's coming down pretty heavy for most of this first quarter. 1st and 10 now as they get it to the 18-yard line. There's Davian Davis around the 15. We'll see where they mark it, trying to fight his way to the 14. I think he'll get that. Pick up a 4 yards.
Well, just a quick throw and thinking that your inside receiver has something. Made a fantastic move on the first defender, but there was a wave of Panthers in on the stop. Still a pickup of 4.5 yards on first down.
Hand off, Bulmer up the middle, running room, outside, shakes off the tackle. Bulmer in for the Bearcat touchdown.
You don't want to make too big of a deal out of a 12-yard run, but I've got to tell you, that was so impressive, the way that Bulmer set up the blocks, and he knew he had to break a tackle, and he knew he was going to take a shot, and he lowers his shoulder to get it over the end line. My goodness, that was a great run by Remus Bulmer. Nice job by that offensive front blocking, but he started off right. He had to go to his left, shook a couple of tacklers, got it into the end zone. Impressive.
Kick is up and good. Bearcats regain the lead 10-9 over Prairie View. 2:28 left first quarter.
You know what, Randy, and you've got to believe right now, Coach Casey Keeler and Ryan Carty, offensive coordinator, are talking about, look, this is what good teams do. When you get a turnover or you get good field position, you have to make it count. And they made it count on that drive right there to take the lead in this ball game.
(10-9) Bearcats. Busy first quarter here in Huntsville.
I have to tell you, this is, again, we have gotten intermittent rain, sometimes heavy, sometimes light. Right now, there is none. However, the field is still a little slick.
Prairie View fields it at the 10-yard line. Special teams right there to make the stop for Sam Houston State.
DJ
Goodwater brought it out for Prairie View.
DJ Curtis, excuse me. What a special teams play. Not only did he blow up the blocker, but he continued to go on to the running back. Talk about the footing, but you got great special teams there out of the linebacker, 6'2", 210-pounder. Great job on special teams, and now the Bearcat defense back on the field. Keep in mind, Randy, they haven't gotten a lot of rest, that defense, because they just forced the punt. The punt was muffed, and the offense gets great field position and scores quickly. Now the defense right back out on the field. And they, as a defense, have to be very aware of where number 11 is. And number 11 is on bottom of your screen. Well, it's the end of the quarter.
Actually, I think they were huddling there on the sidelines. Might be a lightning delay coming up.
Oh.
I believe that's going to be the case here. We had a lightning strike out the southeast area of the stadium.
Well, we've seen this happen. Last week, the Maryland-Texas game, I think, was delayed around an hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes. A couple of other games across the country were as well.
There's K.C. Keeler. Opening ball game for the Bearcats.
Yeah, I guess I should have checked the clock. And at the end of the first quarter, I just saw everybody leaving. It was my natural reaction.
Yeah, they were lining up, and then the officiating crew all of a sudden huddled up on the sidelines, speaking with K.C. Keeler and a couple of members of his staff. And then when you saw the hands going, they're taking it back to the locker room for what would hopefully be a brief lightning delay. Nothing extended. With that in mind, we will take a break here on ESPN. 2:23 left in the first quarter. When play resumes, we'll be back live in Huntsville. For now, for Shea Walker, Randy McAvoy, Matt Peterson, so long for now. We'll be back when play resumes. We are back live from Bauer Stadium here in Huntsville, Texas, after a half an hour weather delay, a lightning delay here with some weather blowing through the Huntsville area. Sam Houston State leading Prairie View A&M 10-9. 2:23 left as we resume here shortly in the first quarter. Randy McAvoy, Shea Walker, Matt Peterson with you. Lightning came early. Kind of throws everybody off their schedule a little bit. They had to head to the locker room to come back out, but we had some activity in this first quarter.
Well, he certainly did, and Dewanye Tucker, running back for the Prairie View A&M Panthers, waltzes in after he started off that drive with a magnificent run. Remus Vollmer coming back. Now, these are the only 2 touchdowns so far in the game before the weather delay, but Vollmer finishing off a 12-yard run. That was just outstanding, and then
the Parkas came out.
The weather delay.
Weather delay again, 30-minute lightning delay, and the way it works now, when you have a lightning delay, if it strikes again, it just adds on to the clock. So fortunately, nothing since that initial one.
Well, in a 30-minute waiting period. But think about this now. We talked earlier in the game, Randy, about Sam Houston State, this being their first game of the season. It is the 3rd game for the Prairie View A&M Panthers. You talk about getting and finding your rhythm, and for coaches and for players, for the Bearkats, you just got to imagine it's really, really difficult to have this interruption of play in their very first game and playing against an opponent who's already had real game experience. It's just another challenge. It's another thing that the Bearkats are going to have to deal with tonight.
So when we resume here from the 18-yard line, Prairie View has the football going against the Bearcat defense. In 2:23 left here in the first quarter. 10-9 lead for Sam Houston State. And we are underway once again here from Bauer Stadium. Jalen Morton, starting quarterback for the Panthers. Flag is down. Going to be a false start, I believe, on the Panthers. They'll move it back 5 yards. 1st and 15 now for Prairie View. Pass attempted over the middle.
Tried to find Tristan Wallace, the big play receiver. He was running an inside screen from the short side of the field as the slot receiver.
I think that was Hunter Brown and Royce C. on the contact for Sam Houston State.
They read it very well and made sure that he was not able to catch the football. Now it's 2nd and 15.
Derek Robertson, defensive end, has just checked in for Sam Houston State. Number 49, 2nd and 15 now for the Panthers. Dewanye Tucker in the backfield. Pressure coming. Morton gets loose, crosses the 20, 25, close to the 26-yard line. It's going to be a couple of yards short of a first down.
Great job of picking up that yardage by Jordan Morton. And Spencer Williams had an opportunity to bring him down and just lost his footing. That field is still a little slick, Randy. Not able to bring him down now. 3rd and 2 for the Panthers.
That was a 13-yard pickup. 3rd down and 2 now for the 26-yard line. There's Morton. Pass is caught.
Wow, great defense.
Yep.
That was Tristan Wallace. He had some room, and you know if he would have had an opportunity, well, check that. Looked like maybe Xavier Johnson. I'm not sure on the. Well, those numbers are hard to see.
Zarian Holcomb had the catch for Prairie View.
There you go. Thank you.
And on the coverage, it looked like Adrian Contreras, number 7, chasing him down. Yeah, the Prairie View jerseys are not friendly for the press box. I can tell you that much.
Well, that was a great job by Contreras coming up from the safety spot, because that was a big tight end, and if he could have turned his shoulders upfield, he would have picked up the first down. But Contreras comes out of that safety spot, read it well, got him down near the sideline, and was able to stop him short of the first down. The Panthers have to punt the ball away.
David Davis will let that one roll. Bearcats are going to get it back around the 26-yard line with 47 seconds left here in the first quarter. So if you're Eric Dooley, And the Panther staff, you got to be happy with how this is opened up here tonight. A 10-9 ball game. Game 3 for the Panthers. And the opening night, of course, for Sam Houston State.
Well, and the thing for the Bearcats, Randy, I mean, Coach Keeler wants to see how his team responds. Well, they've come from behind so far in this game. They've had some positive plays. Their defense have made some good plays. Offensively, they had a little bit of rhythm going. So it's so far, I don't want to say it's a mixed bag, but so far I think Coach Keeler and Ryan Carty have to be pleased with how the offense is playing. And defensively, Coach Carlin has to like the defense. I mean, Bearcats are doing what they need to do. And breaking in a new quarterback, Mike Dare, has taken all the snaps so far, but I still believe at somewhere in this point we'll probably see Ty Brock and Eric Schmid in the game.
There's Dare. In trouble, gets loose. He's going to be met at the 30-yard line by 4 or 5 Panthers.
Well, it took that many to bring him down. 6'5", 225 pounds.
It's a big frame. All right, that's going to do it for the first quarter here at Bauer Stadium. We have resumed play after that weather delay. 10-9, Bearcats on top. Back live at Bauer Stadium. Bearcat fans out on opening night. A soggy night here in Huntsville. Rain has stopped, though, for now, which is a good sign. As we start the second quarter, 3rd down and 6 for Sam Houston State. Randy McAvoy, Shea Walker, Matt Peterson with you. Dare over the middle. Pass is caught. We'll see if he held on. Davian Davis. He got it. Chains will move for Sam Houston State. Well throw ball there.
Well, quick throw to the inside receiver, and know that you just need to pick up a handful of yards. Davis does a great job of not trying to do anything exceptional after the catch. Just make sure that you pick up the first down, move the chains, give your quarterback a little bit of confidence.
They get it out to the 39-yard line. Dare fakes the handoff, holds on to it, gets it out to the 45.
So
nice
it's another first down.
Quick 6 yards for the Bearcats. Second down and 5 for the 44. Pass is caught there by Kyra Jackson. Dare really feeling the pressure, got that one off, but very little gain for Sam Houston State. It's going to bring up 3rd down now.
Well, it was a screen play, but it was great pressure by the Panthers to make Mike Dare get rid of the ball a little bit sooner than he anticipated. And the linebackers filled in very well, and now it's 3rd and 9. Offense, look, this Sam Houston State offense is going to be a good offense. Still working in, and it's the breaking in of a new quarterback. And keeping in mind, Randy, we've talked about this at the outset, but 2-time Walter Payton Award winner Jeremiah Briscoe. And now a big sack by the Panther defense. Showing up, that's Anthony Stubbs again. He's already got an interception in the game. Now comes up with a huge play on 3rd down, going to force the Bearcats to punt the ball away.
Got a little help from Quentin Bell as well, so a fired-up Panther defense. Take a look at it again. Quick snap, and here comes the heat from Prairie View.
Boy, he did a great job of jumping over the blocker. Landed on his feet like a heat-seeking missile. Got to the quarterback.
Anthony Parker back to receive the punt for Prairie View.
The ball,
he kind of tripped on himself, I believe, fell on the football.
Well, it was a very good job of securing the ball. He was on the seat
there
of his pants. But the field, again, Randy, after the weather delay, field's still slick. Guys are going to have to make sure that they gather themselves, take another look here. Then watch the feet go right out from underneath him. But a heck of a job securing the ball
focused
on the ground.
Absolutely. 1st and 10 now for Prairie View from the 15-yard line. Again, the rain has stopped here in Huntsville. Morton, running room, right side, down the 35, out of bounds, 36-yard line. Clock will keep rolling, so nice pickup there from Morton. 21 yards on the carry from Morton. Gets it out to the 36. Plenty of time to throw the football. Still looking downfield. Got a receiver in midfield. Pass is caught from Morton. Finds Zarian Holcomb with the catch at the 50-yard line.
Yeah, Holcomb from Arkansas State making a couple of big plays in this game already, and you can see that Jalen Morton's comfortable finding the big tight end, or H-back as they call him. Panther offense wanted to go fast, and Sam Houston State decides to take a timeout.
Well, Prairie View went and hurry up there and trying to get the Bearcats off balance a little bit, so Casey Keeler and company want to talk this over here as Prairie View gets it to midfield. 12 minutes left here in the second quarter. We'll take a break with them. 12 minutes left, first half here in Huntsville. 10-9, Bearcats leading Prairie View. All right, no break. We will keep it live here in Huntsville. Bearcat cheerleaders, good crowds has stayed put through this weather delay on the far side. Great student turnout as well. You got the Prairie View band here. And again, no rain for the time being. 1st and 10 for Prairie View. Morton will keep it. And he is met at the line of scrimmage by several Bearcats.
Looks like the ball is out. Bearcats sideline saying they've got it, and they do.
Loose ball, turnover for Prairie View.
Well, at least
that's
coming
Hunter
out,
Brown with the football.
At least coming out of the pile, it's Hunter Brown, but the officials still have the final say. There you go. Hunter Brown, middle linebacker. As Jalen Morton, Randy, was going to the line of scrimmage, it was his own read. He decided to keep the ball, and he got met at the line of scrimmage. And that big body of his trying to fight through and break tackles. Ball got stripped away. Hunter Brown comes up with it for the Bearcats, and now Sam Houston State's got excellent field position.
At midfield, so turnover apiece so far tonight. Prairie View had the interception of Mike Dare in the first quarter. And here the Panthers give it back. Bearcats up by 1.
Oh, he's got a wide receiver way downfield.
Wide open. Catch is made. That is Nathan Stewart. I mean, nobody near him.
Randy, you could just see that play coming. That was an out and up by Nathan Stewart. He did a fantastic job of setting up the defender. And what a nice job there by Mike Dare, realizing that that play was going to take a little bit of time to develop. Was patient in the pocket and threw a good pass.
1st and 10 for the 12-yard line. Bearcats up 1. Looking to add to it here. Handoff.
Oh, handoff. Little trickery there.
Trickery. Yeah, I thought Jackson had the football there.
Mike Dare had the ball.
Dare held on to it. He fooled me from up here.
Yeah, great ball handling skills. Dare starting to feel the rhythm now. You can sense that he's getting more comfortable.
Pickup of 6, so 2nd down and 4.
There's Bulmer. You can still pick up a first down at the 3-yard line. And it looks like he's just inside the chain, so it'll be 1st and goal.
Bulmer and Kyron Jackson have shared the load so far tonight in the backfield for Sam Houston State.
Well, you had a really crazy formation there. That's like something you would expect on an extra point.
Prairie View had called the timeout, so just in time before that snap was made. Talking with Casey Keeler a few days ago, we were on the conference call with him. He was talking about his quarterbacks and how high he is on all the guys, and we're anxious to see if we'll see some of the other ones as well. But Mike Dare, the transfer in, strong arm, pocket presence, can also run a little bit. He showed that tonight. And, of course, big-time competitor as well.
Well, like we talked about earlier, Randy, I mean, he, as a high school senior prospect, 3-star guy out of New Jersey, went to Rutgers, Big Ten school, redshirted his freshman year, didn't get as much playing time as he wanted, and so he goes to Lackawanna Junior College.
How do you spell Lackawanna?
At least like it sounds. Let me give you a chance at it.
First and goal for the Bearcats. Bulmer. Is he in?
He's in.
He's got it. Got the signal. Touchdown, Sam Houston State. Remus Bulmer takes it in, and after the turnover, the Bearcats turn it into points.
The second time that they have done that, Randy, on the first touchdown for Remus Bulmer in this game, keep in mind, was when the Prairie View Panthers were punting the ball away, a low snap to the punter, and then a subsequent incomplete pass gave the Bearcats great field position, and Bulmer punched it in from 12 yards. This time, from the 2-yard line, he takes it over the stripe for the touchdown.
Trey Hodstein in to punch in the point after here coming up.
I'll check in the scoring play right now to make sure that the ball did break the plane. Hard to tell from our vantage point because the play is way away from us, but the official closest to it gave the signal. A touchdown has been confirmed.
Point after, up and good. And it's a 17-9 lead for Sam Houston State. Again, after the turnover, midfield, they waste no time with the answer. Remus Bulmer finishes it off. Bulmer now 5 carries for 30 yards so far tonight. 17-9 Bearcats in the second quarter.
Join the Alumni Association today.
Back live at Bauer Stadium here in Huntsville. 17-9 lead for Sam Houston State. 10:29 to go here first half. Prairie View will get the football back. No rain right now. We had that weather delay earlier, but the rain has disappeared. Hopefully it'll stay away here tonight. Prairie View will start, of course, on the 25-yard line. Bernard Goodwater fielded that kickoff, and here come the Panthers. Going to get something going again offensively against this Bearcat defense. Hand off to Wanda Tucker. Out close to the 30-yard line, pickup of 4 yards. Second down and 6 coming up now for Prairie View.
Well, the Panthers offense, Randy, they've had success and sometimes on big plays, but they've been able to move the ball, and Morton, just a little too quick off the hands there, but really good pressure by the defensive front and a nice job. That was O.C. Odume coming up with the stop there, or the hit on Jalen Martin. But that was a great job by the Bearcats secondary covering every receiver.
Third down and 6 for Prairie View. And you make it out to the 35-yard line. Pressure. Down goes Morton.
He's going to get a flag on that. Well, now those last 2 flags, I'm not sure. That's probably going to be a personal foul. But the first one will be grounding. Still inside the tackle box, or threw the ball to avoid the sack. And then there was some extracurricular stuff going on afterwards.
Well, they call their intentional grounding. Here's a look at it again. Pressure came quickly on Morton. And there's the intentional.
Yep, Derek Roberson
right
there applying the pressure.
Punted away. Davis. Fair catch called for around the 43-yard line. So good field position once again for Sam Houston State coming up. Last series, after the Prairie View turnover, they got it at the 50-yard line and wasted no time at all. Taking it in for the score to go up 17-9. And that last drive, 4 plays, 50 yards, took about a minute 17 off the clock. That's the kind of drive we were used to in the recent years with Jeremiah Briscoe and this offense, quick strike offense.
Well, that out and up route by Nathan Stewart was run beautifully, executed well by Mike Dare to get the ball out over the top and not miss the wide receiver. And that's what this Bearcat offense can do once it gets humming and you have a couple of plays and they get right back over the top. They know exactly what they want to accomplish, and they really are so ridiculously talented still after all the graduation losses out at the wide receiver position.
Remus Bulmer tries to turn the corner. Picked up a couple of yards. Brought down by Isaac Claiborne, linebacker for Prairie View. Claiborne's had a nice start to his season. 10 tackles in each of their 2 games. Close to the 9-minute mark here, first half.
Oh, did not see the defender.
That's going to take the other way, a pick 6 it looks like for Prairie View. It is. Mike Dare with the mistake, but Jalen Harris stepped in front of that pass and took it the distance.
That was a long throw across the field to the short, flat route, and that's always a danger for any quarterback. And Dare did not see Jalen Harris. You see he's on the hash, and he steps in, and it's not a casual throw, but it is just a long throw. Jalen Harris read it beautifully, takes it to the house for a touchdown.
Harris, a 5'10", 175-pound redshirt junior from Cedar Park, Vista Ridge. A transfer into this Prairie View program from University of Texas, El Paso. And they strike again. What a game. 17-16 now, 9-13.
Now it should work for halftime with Coach.
Back live at Bauer Stadium, 17-16 lead for Sam Houston State, 9:13 to go here first half. Been back and forth, but Prairie View's hanging in there for Sam Houston State. You've seen some signs, but a mistake there on that pass from Dare.
Well, you got to be able to read where that cornerback is, especially when you're making a throw that's the ball's going to travel around 35 to 40 yards, and your wide receiver's only going to pick up 6 or 7 yards at the most. Nice kickoff return here.
Tyler Scott brings it out, or actually that is Jalen Harris bringing it out for Sam Houston State.
Late flag down on the 15, 16-yard line. Well, the Bearcats, actually there's 2 flags down. One on the 29-yard line, one on the 17-yard line. Well, that's a killer when you get returns that give your team a shot in the arm in good field position.
Takes it right back. There's Harris again. Showing that speed. There's the flag that came down, and they'll push it back now. Back to the 9-yard line.
Got Davion Davis and Tyler Scott out in the dual set. Oh, nice run. Nice
Kyron
run.
Jackson.
Yes.
A little bit of Bulmer, a little bit of Jackson so far tonight. Bulmer with 6 carries, 36 yards on the night. Kyron Jackson, 4 carries for 25. So each averaging 6 yards a carry.
You want to keep in mind those 2 touchdown runs by Bulmer. Now, Randy, this is kind of where you see a 2nd and 5.5, 2nd and 6 yards. This is the difference that you will see this year with this Sam Houston State offense under Ryan Carty. They're running the ball, running it in the middle, not waiting till 3rd down to run it, making sure that you're giving your offensive line, keeping those guys engaged and in the blocking scheme to move the chains.
There's Dare out to Jackson. Met quickly by the Panthers. That's J. Anthony Parker with the initial contact. Quarterback stepped up, read that one well. Second down and 11 now for Sam Houston State. There's Jackson.
Yeah, nice run.
Good running room on that right side. Good blocking on the right side of that offensive line out close to the 35-yard line. That's a Bearcat first down now. 7:30 in counting.
Yeah, Sam Spencer, right tackle, did a great job of just walling off and shutting down the Prairie View defense. Shoved them all inside, and they were able to pick up a first down on that run after losing a couple of yards. Randy, in some of these formations, too, we see Woody Brandom, the tight end, lined up in that triple set, and then they just go completely away from him.
Out to Jackson again. Well read by the Panther defense. That's a loss of a yard, maybe 2. We'll see where the spot is. 3rd and 5 for Sam Houston.
And we've seen Prairie View rotating some guys in or substituting guys in, so right now might be a little gassed on defense. But 3rd and 6 for the Bearcats. And Coach Keeler wants to take another look. How about a longer look? Not another look, a longer look.
6.5 to go here first half. Do we have Matt Peterson ready? We're going to take a break instead. All right, 6.5 left first half, 17-16 Bearcats leading Prairie View. All right, back live, 6.5 to go here at Bauer Stadium in Huntsville. Great to have you with us. 17-16 Bearcats leading Prairie View. 3rd down and 5 play. And Dare looking downfield. Intended receiver was Nathan Stewart. Too much on that one, so that's going to force a punt here for Sam Houston State.
And the Panthers brought a little bit of pressure on both sides of the football. Both backers coming in. It was picked up nicely by the Bearcats offensive line. Dare just not able to make the completion downfield to Nathan Stewart.
Anthony Parker back for Prairie View. And Matt McRobert, the freshman from Australia. Good job of getting that punt off. Snap, it skipped in there, and McRobert handled it. Not the best of punts, but he did the best he could to get it off. So Prairie View will get the football. Let's see where they mark it.
45-yard line. My goodness.
Excellent position coming up now for Prairie View.
We've not seen Tristan Wallace much for this Prairie View team, but he is a big-time receiver.
Bearcats did a nice job on him.
They may be looking for the mark of where the ball went out. I mean, again, it was a punt. Dare I say a shank, but just got it off because, as you mentioned, the bad snap.
As important as replays are, it's definitely a controversial part of the game right now from a fan standpoint. As we're trying to get games in a little quicker, replay system really not accomplishing that at all.
Well, you see where the official that's coming up there on the bottom of the screen, he started around the 10-yard line, and he's going to come all the way up to the 45. Yeah, maybe that's where the ball, I mean, the ball it was awkwardly tumbling over to the right side of the field on the sideline that he came up on. So, Randy, how would you grade Mike Dare so far, even with the interruption and 6 minutes left in the second quarter of the first half of this game?
Yeah, I mean, he's probably his share of good and bad plays. Typical, I would think, of a guy making his first start here. Got the knee down for Matt McRobert as he was trying to get that football. So he is down there at the 25-yard line. So they'll remark it now for Prairie View. Reset the clock at 6:26. Panthers in excellent position here, 1st and 10. Plenty of time left first half. Well, looking the other way, nothing there.
Yeah, trying to get a little misdirection play. The Bearcats defense not biting on that at all. Good pressure on Jalen Morton, and the defenders were right at home, so no receiver to throw the ball to.
Wanja Tucker is to the right of Morton. He'll get the handoff.
Oh,
big hole for Tucker. Nobody's going to catch him.
Wanja Tucker.
Wow. He showed off that speed. Great blocking. Found the hole. And he was gone. Touchdown, Prairie View, 25 yards from Tucker.
We've seen both of these teams, Randy, capitalize on great field position. Prairie View did a good job of sealing off and walling off Corbin Finlayson. Did a good job of getting a block there, and Tucker doesn't need much of a crease, and he had a gaping hole in that Bearcat defense. Goes in untouched.
Point after is good for Prairie View. Remember Tucker last week, 224 rushing yards. He's having a heck of a night so far tonight as well. Already close to 100 yards on the night here in the first half for Wanja Tucker. So a 23-17 lead now for Prairie View here in the first half. Just what you look at when you look at these two teams, the experience of being a third game, you're seeing signs of that compared to the debut for the Bearcats?
I think the Bearcats are starting to settle in on offense and defense. Keep in mind, this is a pretty good Prairie View A&M team. And I'm going to say a little bit better than pretty good. It is a good team. Offensive coordinator Ted White, he and Eric Dooley are on the same wavelength. And if you look at what Jalen Morton did last week against Rice, or this team did against Rice, all three red zone possessions resulted in touchdowns. So they know what it's like to get the ball in the end zone. And right now they lead the Panthers by 6.
Zach Elder will kick
Bearcats.
it. Pooch kick there. Bearcats get it close to the 30-yard line with some work to do now. Down by 6 to Prairie View. First and 10 now for the 28-yard line. There's Dare looking downfield. He's got a receiver.
Oh, so close, and he's out of bounds. Davis
Ruled him out of bounds.
Excuse me, Stewart. I apologize. He did not get the feet in bounds or a foot. The first almost touch was right there on the sideline. Wide open receiver. It's the second time we've seen that little out and up move, and he's working the sideline, and the ball is just a little bit far. Sails on Dare just a little bit, and you'll see the foot try to get down in bounds, but it does not.
Dare being chased out. Throws that one away.
Yeah, he moves pretty
Tyler
good
Scott
for a big
there,
guy.
well covered as well. He does, but he made a smart throw there to get rid of that one. Nothing there for Tyler Scott.
Randy, this is the thing that for young quarterbacks especially, they have to be able to shake it off, is that he had the wide open receiver in Nathan Stewart, and he threw the ball just a little bit beyond the reach of where he could have stayed in bounds, and now after an incomplete pass, it's 3rd and 10. And just behind his intended receiver, Davion Davis.
They're going to punt it away once again. Just under 6 minutes left.
Yeah, good pass protection there. Mitchell Watanabe did a good job of picking up the rush end who was coming on a delayed blitz, so plenty of time for Dare to deliver the ball. And he just threw it behind Davion Davis.
Anthony Parker again back for Prairie View. He'll call for a fair catch around the 28-yard line. (23-17). Interesting first half. A lot of offense, couple of turnovers, a weather delay. We've seen it all so far.
Or earlier we were talking about just this Bearcats team and what they've been through and what they've done over the last handful of years, and we talked about it a little bit earlier in the game, but those 3 out of 4 years making it to the national semifinals, just a tremendous success by this team and Coach Casey Keeler, and yet he says sometimes we're unhappy about that because they want to win, and his goal is to win a national championship, and in those semifinal games, they've kind of lost, and I'm going to say spectacular fashion. It's been kind of lopsided losses. But, man, these guys have been dynamite, making it to the playoffs, going as conference champs, going not as conference champs, and continuing to just have so much success in the postseason. It's impressive. Ball up, whistle was blown.
Tucker with the carry there for Prairie View. Going to bring up 2nd down and 15 now. First down marker around the 39-yard line.
Oh, Tucker is just making some great moves.
Crosses the 40.
Almost a few little dance step looking ones, but never loses his balance or his forward momentum, and he's able to move the chains.
And a hurry up offense for Prairie View. Pickup of 13. Breaks that tackle. Still on his feet, trying to get back to the line of scrimmage. Really impressed with what he's able to do so far tonight.
Well, for all the talk that we have appropriately said about Jeremiah Briscoe in the offense, the defense is missing a All-American and just a fantastic player in P.J. Hall, who's now on the roster with the Oakland Raiders. Now this looks like an opportunity for the Bearcats to intercept the pass, and they do.
Intercepted down there by the 30-yard line. Let's see who gets credit for that. That's going to be Jalen Thomas for Sam Houston State. Poorly thrown ball by Morton, and Thomas was right there for it.
Well, not necessarily poorly thrown. He and the wide receiver weren't on the same page. Wide receiver stopped on the route, and Jalen Thomas.
So somebody made a mistake.
Jalen Thomas, take another look here. You'll see Morton is thinking that the receiver's going to continue to go downfield. You see him stop way down,
right,
way ahead of that, and Jalen Thomas alertly was reading the quarterback's eyes and watched him. Went back, made the interception. Heads-up play.
Bearcats get it back. Another turnover. 23-17. 4:40 to go here first half. Pressure on Dare. Shakes off two. Tries to get rid of it. He does.
Wow.
Good pressure for Prairie View.
Two guys with blindside looks to bring down Mike Dare for a sack. And he's able to shake them both off. 6'6", 225 pounds, and made just enough moves there to shake off the would-be tacklers and get rid of the football. Saved his offense a ton of yardage on making that pass. Incomplete pass, mind you.
Pass is caught. About 37-yard line. That'll be Nathan Stewart with the catch. Stewart and Dare have been on the same page. Stewart now 5 catches for 75 yards so far here in the first half.
Now on third and about 3.5, 4 yards, Randy. Davion Davis working the middle of the field. The ball was just on his shoelaces, not able to come up with the grab. Now it's 4th down.
Another punt coming up for the Bearcats. 3:55 to go here first half. So for Prairie View, you've got plenty of time here to add to your lead, 23-17. Matt McRobert again, the freshman, back to punt for Sam Houston State.
Well, the Panthers have been putting good pressure. Now the wall up front is doing a nice job of blocking for him, but they can't give up or let up, because if they do.
Parker fields that one.
Late flag.
Could be a late hit around the 33-yard line.
You know, Randy, I'm not sure about that, and I'm making an early call on this. I'm obviously not down on the field, but it looked like the defender for Sam Houston State he slipped and lost his balance on the field, and then as he was past the boundary, and I don't think it's going to make any difference. So going to go on the right side of the screen. Fields the punt, and then he tries to turn it upfield. He's going to step out of bounds, and that's tough.
Got to hold back there. 1st and 10 for the 42-yard line for Prairie View. Hand off to DeWanja Tucker.
Hunter Brown in on the tackle, and you see Hunter Brown, the linebacker, middle linebacker now, starting to really zero in and try to find DeWanja Tucker. Find number 1, and he's not very big, but you've got to find him because he has been having some successful runs big time.
Tucker's at 105 yards so far tonight.
Oh, and how about a catch on the sideline to move the chains? Got him out in the passing game. Nice hands on the sideline. Good job of keeping his balance and staying in bounds. Comes up with the first down catch for the Panthers.
There's Morton, nothing there.
Well, it looked like Jalen Morton. It looked like he was going to pitch.
Yep.
And then something said, "There's nobody to pitch to."
I better keep it.
Yeah, hang on to it. Hang on to it.
Tucker, 9 carries, 105 yards, averaging 11.7 yards a carry tonight. And coming off that 224-yard performance last week.
Yeah, Bearcats. Now, this is a first game scenario. Had 11 guys on the field. They ran a substitution Players coming off the field, and
referee's mic either isn't working or got to turn it on. Let the crowd know what the call is here. Second down play coming up for Prairie View. 2:40 left.
Oh, good defense. That was Braylon Franklin getting in there early around the legs of DeWanye Tucker, making sure he wasn't going to break free. And no gain on second down, so now 3rd and 6.
Morton looking down there, nothing there. Pressure comes, gets rid of the football, but not going to, I don't know if the catch was made or not, but he was out of bounds.
Well, Royce
covered downfield.
Yeah, Royce C., the linebacker, as Jalen Morton, Randy, was rolling out to his right, trying to go downfield and find a receiver on 3rd and 6. Royce C. did a beautiful job of using the boundary and then taking the correct angle, and he forced an errant throw by Jalen Morton, and he also got a good lick in on him as well. Oh, high snap.
High snap over the punter's head. Inside the 20. He's going to jump on it. And here come the Bearcats. Loose ball, trying to pick it up. And they do. Bearcats get it inside the 10-yard line. Spencer Williams with the recovery when this was all said and done here. Take a look at it again.
Well, you see the hit, and I believe that's 22, Zion McCallum, coming up with the recovery, but the snap just sails over the head. Yeah, Spencer Williams, you're right. That's 12, not 22.
Down there to the, 6-yard line. So Bearcats with 1:58 to go. Huge turnover here for Prairie View. And off to Jackson, up the middle. Picks up a couple of yards. Mike Dare has played the entire first half, making his first career start here at Sam Houston State.
And here we are in that formation again. It's you got 3 wide, 3 at the box, and then 3 wide. Oh, very nicely executed.
Davis.
How about that?
Touchdown, Bearcats.
Is that Davis or Scott? Davis on the catch? Yeah, that was nice. Hey, I like that play, Randy. Again, this is a very funky formation. You've got 3 wide, 2 groups of 3 wide, 1 group of 3 tight, and a quarterback and a running back. So that covers the 11 players, and man, that was an easy pitch and catch for a touchdown.
Well executed there after the turnover on the punt. Bearcats take advantage with a 1:26 to go here first half.
How about Ryan Carty, offensive coordinator, coming in with a little, I'm going to call it a special formation. A special formation.
I like that.
But being able to execute and get your wide receiver the ball out there in space, and it was an easy pitch and catch for Davion Davis, who had 17 touchdowns last year, and that's
24-23 lead now, 1:26 to go. Let's check in with Matt Peterson down on the sidelines. Hey, Matt.
Hey, guys, enjoying this one down here. Had a good chance before the game to go in the stands and talk with Steve Dare. It's the father of quarterback Mike Dare. It's actually his first ever visit to Texas this weekend, and he talked about the recruitment process to get Mike Dare here to Sam Houston State. Said he was a criminal justice major, and the good program here in Huntsville was a big part of it, but he fell in love with Sam Houston State, and the connection goes to Brett Arnold's, who was at Rutgers, where Dare started his college career. He is now the director of football operations here at Sam Houston State, and that's how he sort of brought the connection over to Casey Keeler.
Yeah, good story. I know he's happy to have him here. I saw During the weather delay, I was down on the concourse, saw Mr. Dare making the rounds, proudly wearing the jersey.
Number 10.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, he's definitely a prize recruit and one that seemingly is off to a very good start here at Bauer Stadium and with Sam Houston State. Onstein knocks it out of the back of the end zone.
So Panthers have a minute 26 to work with. Down 1, 24-23, Sam Houston State.
Randy, this game has been, we talk about the momentum swings in a game. This game has been predicated all the scoring has been when the team makes either the interception but the snaps in punting. I mean, the field position that's gained by errant special teams is what has facilitated most of the scoring in this football game.
Good pursuit there by the Bearcats.
Yeah, Hunter Brown finishing off a tackle, and we've got a Bearcat down. He's up again. Roy C. also in on the stop. He had a forced fumble in recovery against Prairie View last year in the second half. That was a big momentum changer in that game. And well, this Bearcat defense now flying around. Dewanye Tucker,
a lot of energy out there,
who was used to making people miss. There's waves of orange coming at him. Spencer Williams and crew.
Timeout called now with 56 seconds left. 3rd and 15 is what the Panthers are looking at.
I mean, it's been a difficult road so far in this game for Prairie View with the exchange from snapper to punter. And it's happened on both teams. I mean, Sam Houston State had the same situation when their punter went down on one knee to field the low snap. The Panthers have had a couple of errant snaps, and the Bearcats have been able to take advantage of it. Now 3rd and 15. You just got to believe that the Bearcats are going to try to, even though they've got 3 there, so I was going to say they're going to bring pressure, but they're just going to rush the 3 guys, but they've got 8 waiting downfield, and now Tucker makes a lot of a miss. Got it ball right in the middle of the field and
down at the 32-yard line.
Yeah. That's a good pickup on 3rd and long.
Well, if these stats are official here, we're looking at 187 total yards for Sam Houston State. They list 115 for Prairie View. Not sure if that's accurate or not. We'll get an official count at halftime. Halftime show is coming up momentarily. We'll have all the highlights and stats, plus Matt Peterson catches up with the athletic director, longtime AD here at Sam Houston State, Bobby Williams. He popped in before the game, said hello to everybody.
Always good to see him. Great ambassador for the school. And continues to make good hires. And Bobby Williams probably bleeds a little orange and blue, don't you think, Randy? Bobby Williams, he probably bleeds a little bit orange and blue.
I think he does. He's been around here forever. He's like the dean of ADs in this conference. Former football coach himself under Ron Randleman. All right, Prairie View will punt it away here. 10 seconds are left. Avian Davis back around the 33-yard line. Well, another snap, mishandle, another loose ball. Bearcats are going to get it. Try to jump on it. It's still loose. Let's see who ends up with it under the pile here. Wow.
Prairie View comes up with the ball, but again, another mishap on exchange from snapper to punter. That time the snap was good. Hit the punter right in the hands, right at the numbers. That's where you want it to be. Not able to secure the football. It goes on the turf, and Take another look, Randy. Snap's good. It's right there. It just, punter took his eye off the ball, and then here come the Bearcats. And you think about, well, why would Casey Keeler call a timeout when he doesn't have like enough to really change anything except force a punt?
Right. Well, here's why.
This is why.
2 seconds left. You got a chance here to get some more points. And they'll kick a field goal here. Trey Honstein will go out. 20-yard chip shot for Honstein. Bearcats will try to make it a 4-point lead here at halftime. Kick is up, and the kick is good to end the first half. What a break for the Bearcats on back-to-back series for Prairie View, and they turn it into 10 points.
Well, that's what good teams do. And I will also say to you that the Panthers will get the ball first in the second half.
27-23 at the half in Huntsville here on ESPN.
Play your part in building champions and become a Bearcat champion today.
Welcome back to Bowers Stadium. Sam Houston State up 4 points at halftime, and I'm joined by the athletic director, Bobby Williams. Bobby, let's start with the big news, the 6th Commissioner's Cup in Sam Houston State history. What does that mean to you, the athletic department, and the rest of the university?
Well, it's a great deal for us because 21 years ago when I became athletic director, we set that as a goal. And the main reason behind that was because it makes every one of our 17 sports important. And in turn, it makes every student athlete equally as important. And that's a big part of it because we needed something to rally our department together and raise everybody up to be more successful with each team. And that's the beauty of the Commissioner's Cup because every sports counts where they rank. And it's just really, really wonderful to see how all of our student athletes, coaches, everybody in the department embraced the Commissioner's Cup. And to win our 6th one, prior to when we set the goal back 21 years ago, we'd never finished higher than 8th place. And to have this kind of success, every team's doing very well. That's what you accomplished the goal that we wanted to accomplish.
Many people think about football and basketball and baseball and, of course, the great bowling team. But one of the big teams this year in winning the Cup for Sam Houston State was women's tennis.
Very proud of them. They came to me about 3 years ago. They were last in the conference. They said, we want to be relevant. We want to help this department win a Commissioner's Cup. What can you do to help us? One of the first things we did to get Rob Hubbard, our new tennis coach, to come in, took the same group of young ladies that were last place, and they finished 3rd place last year. At our Night of Champions, in the spring, where it's kind of all sports banquet, I recognize them. I never really have one team stand up at that event, but how they handle things and wanted to be positive and how good they got, I wanted to recognize them in front of the department. And that's why it's so important that we set this goal and we try to achieve it.
2 new head coaches for Sam Houston State coming in the winter and the spring. Raven Justice from Prairie View A&M will coach your women's basketball team. Garrett Volish promoted from within after the legendary career of Bob Rock. Give us a kind of a scouting report on each coach.
Well, both are just great people. That's the main thing. And they care about student athletes. That's a big positive. The best part about what's happening with all of our success is the type of candidates that we're getting that are interested in coming here and being a part of all this at Sam Houston. The university's growing at an unbelievable rate. The new osteopathic medicine program's coming in, a lot of different things. But we were able to go outside, attract a quality coach like Raven, and we were able to promote from within with Garrett. And I think we're going to see some really great things out of both those programs. The women's basketball program is kind of where the tennis program was a few years ago. And under Raven's leadership, I think we're going to see it just go up even more. When Bob Brock, our softball coach, he was a softball coach legend, won national championship at A&M. When he retired, he did had a great solid program. And now Garrett, who'd been working for him for several years, I think he'll get the softball program even higher as well.
Lastly, you have a lot of knowledge and experience with this football team. What's your outlook for the Bearcat football team this year?
Well, we've been on such a good roll and very competitive. When they talk about the national powers in FCS, we're right there in the mix. One of the winningest programs in the nation. When you talk even Alabama, Clemson, us, North Dakota State, those type of things, it's nice to be recognizing that. And one of the best here in the state of Texas. So it's very, very positive. But we've got to keep going. Coach Keeler and his staff done a great job of continuing to recruit at a high level. Of course, we lose a great quarterback from last year, Jeremiah Briscoe, Peyton Award winner. We got to get that kind of settled, but it's first game type thing. We're really excited about what's happening in football.
Bobby Williams, calm under pressure with the Prairie View A&M band right behind us. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks for everything y'all do, and it's just wonderful to be here.
All right.
Back live here at Bauer Stadium, halftime. Sam Houston State leading Prairie View A&M 27-23. The Prairie View band just put on a show for the fans here at the stadium. And now the Bearcat Marching Band will have their turn as we get you ready for the second half. Again, Bearcats leading Prairie View. Back live at Bauer Stadium here in Huntsville, Texas, 27-23. Sam Houston State leading Prairie View. The Bearcat Marching Band with the honors at halftime following a great performance for the Prairie View Marching Band as well. Randy McElvoy, Shea Walker with you upstairs. Quite the first half mixed in with a weather delay. We've seen it all so far tonight.
Well, we really have, Randy, and when you think about this scoring in this game so far has all been off of really miscues, interceptions. Prairie View's got 2. They scored on a touchdown on one of those, but the mishaps on the punting game and special teams has really been the difference because it's created field position for the opposing team to actually have a short field to go in and give those teams credit, both offenses, for scoring when they do have that advantage.
All right, I think we have some highlights to show you from the first half as we break it down between these two, and a little bit of everything. First from the Prairie View offense.
Well, it was, and Dewanye Tucker, he takes off on a massive scoring run. He's already had a huge game already tonight, and Davion Davis catches the ball in a really funky formation that new offensive coordinator Ryan Carty has brought in. And these are the plays, Randy, we're talking about in the special teams. Snaps over the head of the punter, low snaps to the punter. Eventually this ball gets covered, and then Remus Bulmer will punch it in for the final 2 yards. And again, the Panthers having trouble handling the football on special teams, on the punt team, and this is right before the half. 2 seconds left on the clock, and that allows Trey Halstein to come in and kick a field goal to make the deciding point so far in the first half.
Yeah, they turned it into 10 late points in that first half, and we got a ball game in store for a great second half as well. As we take a look at the halftime stats for both Prairie View and Sam Houston State. Passing yards, a little over 100 on the night so far for Mike Dare, making that first stop. Rushing yards also advantage Bearcats, but not what we've been accustomed to in recent years when you see the number.
Well, you see the number there on offense, but also look at the turnovers. 3 turnovers for the Panthers, 2 for the Bearcats, and one of those 2 for the Bearcats was a touchdown returned by Jalen Harris. So it's been a little bit of a sloppy game. Again, first game for the Bearcats, third game for the Panthers. You mentioned the rain delay, wet field, a lot of adverse conditions going on, and both of these teams are trying to get their footing and find out exactly what they need to do in the second half.
All right, when we come back, we'll get you ready for the second half. Again, 27-23, the score. Back live here in Huntsville to start the second half between the Bearcats and the Panthers of Prairie View A&M. 27-23, Bearcats with the lead as we get close to the second half. Bearcats will kick off to Prairie View, and Shea, you and I just hit on it during the highlights. Prairie View is in control there, and then 2 costly turnovers on those snaps for punts turned into 10 Bearcat points.
Well, and really it dials down to special teams. I mean, it takes all 3 facets, obviously, to win the game, and you can't handicap, and you cannot give good field position to a very good offense with a lot of good skill position players, offensive linemen, quarterback that's working his way in. I mean, you just can't afford to do that in a big game, and Prairie View has allowed Sam Houston State outstanding field position to score those 10 points.
Jeffrey Rector back for Prairie View. Little change there on the return game. Prairie View will get it here to start the second half. Again, down 27-23. Right now, let's toss it down to Matt Peterson on the sideline.
Yeah, guys, you talked about the special teams woes. This is game 3 for Prairie View A&M, the opener for Sam Houston State. But the long snapping on punts has been a problem for Prairie View A&M. They had a lead at Rice 2 weeks ago. One of the game-changing plays was a fumbled snap over the punter's head, recovered by Rice in their comeback victory. Something to keep an eye on the rest of this game.
All right, we will certainly do that. Check in with Matt during the course of the second half. First play from scrimmage. Incomplete pass from Jalen Morton. Give you some numbers, if I can, here on Morton so far tonight. 7 of 18 now for 46 yards. DeWanya Tucker, 10 carries, 115 yards in the first half. He's adding to it. Big hole there for Tucker. Crosses midfield into Bearcat territory. On his feet, brought down inside the 45.
Well, you saw the 50 yards rushing for Prairie View A&M at the half, and that is not a good representation because obviously they give a bunch of yards. You see as he darts there in the middle, and then he cuts it back out to the left side, and he just works the sideline. And, man, what an explosive runner. He's making big play after big play.
That was a 31-yard carry for Tucker. Now 11 carries for 146 yards on the night. Contreras with the coverage there on the incomplete pass from Jalen Morton. Very impressed so far tonight. I saw some of the game tape from last week against North Carolina Central, and Tucker just shredded that defense, 224 yards and a touchdown, and
you can
off
see
to
how
another big night tonight.
Difficult he is to corral, and then again he breaks through the line as a strong runner. No, that's not DeWanya Tucker.
That's Caleb Broach.
Caleb Broach, and then Tucker now checking back in. One guy we've not heard much from is Tristan Wallace.
Yeah, he's been held in check tonight.
I mean, he is a big play receiver, big target. Jalen Morton just not had an opportunity to find him anywhere in the pass rush. Again, getting to Morton. Dodges a few guys, but cannot escape them all. 3 Bearcats back there. Eric Fowler, one of those.
Royce C. there made the stop. So C's having a good night. We've called his number a few times.
Now coming out of that linebacker spy plays on the weak side. Doing a good job of applying pressure. And now here we go again. Punt team for the Panthers, and somehow they've got to get this figured out.
Davia Davis back around the 10-yard line. Clean snap and punt. That one's going to sail. Hits at the 1 into the end zone. Bearcats will take over first time here in the second half.
Well, at least the snap and the punt were able to be executed. It's a positive step for Coach Cooley.
Well, shout out for the Southland Conference, big win. You and I were talking about earlier today, last week, for Nichols.
Oh, man, what a game.
Going on the road, Big 12 opponent, Kansas, and winning on the road. I don't care if it's a struggling Kansas or not. That's a very, very big win.
Well, they won in overtime, and what a great game Chase Forcade had. It was a physical run game with Dontrell Taylor and Kendall Bussey. Big plays by Damien Jean-Pierre. We've got a big run right here coming around the corner, picking up about 7 or 8 yards, but also the defense held in overtime. Randy, it was 20-20 as the game went into overtime. And the defense, the Colonel's defense, held the Jayhawks to a field goal, and then Chase Forcade with 2 big runs in overtime ends up taking it in for the touchdown, and what a win, 26-23. Nichols, Tim Rebo. Hey, he's got something going on down there in Thibodaux. I can guarantee you that.
Big game in a couple of weeks, I believe, on the 22nd in Thibodaux. Nichols will host these Sam Houston State Bearcats.
Woo!
Well, a lot of talent across this league once again this year. Bearcats are strong. Nichols, McNeese, Central Arkansas, Southeastern Louisiana.
Ooh.
A lot of talent.
again, he's throwing that out route. Now this one was a short route versus a short throw, versus a long throw. But the defender, wide receivers aren't pushing off far enough or getting enough separation. And take another look here, Randy. The Prairie View defender.
Picked off, yep.
Yeah, he came right into the face of us. J. Anthony Parker. He had 2 picks last year for TD, so had his hands nearly on that one.
They're looking downfield. Nathan Stewart.
Well, and no, somehow Nathan Stewart
got it back
with the ball. Are you kidding me?
He won that battle, didn't he?
Lost his helmet in the effort as he hit the ground, but what a play. Nathan Stewart.
There's some jawing going down as well. They're trying to hold him back.
Coverage was good. Coverage was great. But the reception coming down with the ball, and it's going to look. Anthony Parker again is right there. It looks like he has the ball, and Stewart just rips the ball out as they go to the ground, and he comes up with it. That's incredible. And we're taking another look.
The 35 to go here in the third. Here's a look at it again downfield. Parker had his hands on it, but nice job to wrestle it away by Nathan Stewart.
And the decision was Parker down, because he did have the ball first. He played the inside position beautifully as a defensive back, as a defender, and went up and high-pointed the ball. And Stewart going up just like a nanosecond after Parker has the ball in his hands. You see that right hand and is ripping it out. Now the question is does he get the ball out before Parker's knee hits the ground?
It looked like to me that Stewart clearly had his hands wrapped around the football on the way down.
Yeah. Stewart's not careful. He might get some reps at cornerback. Obviously and understandably, a lot of jawing going on after the play. Now, it's going to be a catch by Nathan Stewart.
There you go. 1st and 10, 30-yard line for the Bearcats. Up 4 here, third quarter. Remus Bulmer up the middle, still on his feet near the 25, close to the 24-yard line.
Oh, a nice, tough physical run on first down. Get behind that offensive line. Let him push. Let him go up to the second level. Continue to follow him through and pick up 6 or 7 yards on first down. Impressive run.
2nd and 5 for the 25. Bulmer again up the middle. Down to the 20. That'll be enough for a first down.
Yep, moving the chains, following your offensive lineman, as we were talking about. Colby Thomas in the game. And Tyler Edwards got nicked up early. Not sure about what his status is. The offensive coordinator, Ryan Carty, is happy to have just a steady run game, have that offensive line leaning on the defensive line, and you see the Panthers substituting right now to try to get some fresh bodies in the game.
Play clock hitting 15. Wait for that call to be in. Kyron Jackson is in now for Sam Houston State.
Pressure coming on Dare, and he just throws the ball down. And I'm not sure if he got it across the line of scrimmage or not, but the pressure from Prairie View as he's rolling out to his right, coming off his left side. A little delayed blitz and flushed him out of the pocket and forced the third down play.
Woody Brandon, number 85, tight end, checking back in for the Bearcats. Kyron Jackson is to the right of Dare. Tyler Scott inside the 5. Down to the 1. Is he a touchdown? It is. Bearcat touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown from Dare to Tyler Scott.
So many weapons, so many athletes, and you see a nice block there by Woody Brandom to make sure that Tyler Scott could get into the end zone. Little trip receiver side, and really just outflanked the Panthers defense.
Trey Honstein in for the point after for Sam Houston State. Contreras will hold for the Bearcats. They try to push their lead to 11 now over Prairie View. High snap. They recover. Kick is up and good. And Sam Houston State with 9:57 to go here in third quarter. The lead now 34-23 over Prairie.
It chose me.
– 34-23 here at Bauer Stadium in Huntsville. 9:57 to go third quarter. Opening ball game of the season for the Bearcats. Game number 3 on the young season for Prairie View. Bearcats will kick it off. They'll bring it out from the 1-yard line. Contact made around the 20, and that's where the Panthers will start on offense. Down 11 here, third quarter. Let's toss it down the field. Check in once again with Matt Peterson.
Hey guys, one thing that's changed on the sideline is the quarterback, Mike Dare, communicating via headset with his offensive coordinator, Cardi, who we talked about earlier. So obviously more positive conversations lately with them putting some points on the board, but something we didn't see early in that first quarter.
Absolutely. See how it transpires here second half. 11-point game, 1st and 10 from the 21. Downfield inside Bearcat territory. That was nearly brought in. Nice pass there from Morton. And the intended receiver was Tristan Wallace.
Well, Wallace was able to get behind the defense. And Jalen Morton just did not, with a touch more bit of air underneath that ball, Wallace would have been able to run underneath it. And here we go again. My goodness, Dewanye Tucker making guys miss, going through arm tackles. 2 Bearcat defenders had a shot at him, and he picks up 12 or 13 yards on second down.
Yeah, he's approaching 160 yards already tonight. This guy's been phenomenal the last couple of weeks. And off again, nothing there. He'll be corralled by the Bearcats.
Well, and you see, Randy, just on that play, I don't want to say making something out of nothing, but Eric Fowler is a physical defensive end, and he ran through the arm tackle of Eric Fowler. He's strong, Dewanye Tucker. Hard to corral.
Second down and 10, 36. Clock will continue to roll there inside the, just past the 40-yard line. Tucker again. Third down and 5 now for Prairie View.
Jalen Morton is very capable of running, so see if he didn't go with a little zone replay, maybe call his own number here. No, hand it to Tucker, and wow, that Bearcat defense really stiffened about 3 yards short of the first down.
Well, so
Derek Roberson in there, as well as DJ Curtis. I mean, 2 guys, 2 linebackers that really made big hits on that stop.
It's leading 23-17. The Bearcats are on a 17-0 run now. They've extended that lead to 11.
And you just have to feel right now that Coach Cooley at Prairie View is just emphasizing to the nth degree that you've got to be able to just make a good snap, field the snap, get the kickoff on the punt. Yep, ball's a little low. Nice job by the punter And it will take a
good bounce for
Panther
Prairie View.
Bounce, yep.
They'll mark that around the 17-yard line. That's exactly where they'll have it. Bearcats will get it back on offense, leading by 11 points here at Bauer Stadium. And if you're just tuning in, we had a weather delay in the first quarter of this one, late in the first quarter of 30 minutes. Fortunately, it stayed away. No further delay, we resumed, and the rain's stayed away since then. Bearcats begin on the 17-yard line, 1st and 10.
I mean, it feels like the offense, in a good way, for Sam Houston State is a little more pedestrian than years past. I mean, keeping in mind you had the best player in all of FCS as your quarterback for the last 2 years, 102 touchdowns over that span, 24 win in 2 years. And they want to play fast. And that was always Coach Keeler's thing. And now that fast has become to fast, but with a purpose. So how fast do you snap the ball? You kind of be a little smarter about it. You engage the run game more. That's what's going to make the difference. Last year, this Bearcat offense ran 1,080 offensive plays, which was the most in FCS and the most in FBS.
They like that up-tempo style. There's Dare to Tyler Scott.
Scott making a great catch. That ball was low, and he didn't pick up much yards, but maybe half a yard.
So far tonight, Dare 17, or make that 18 of 36 for 161. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Top target has been Nathan Stewart. 6 catches for 113 yards so far tonight for Nathan Stewart.
Well, stop and go by Stewart and defended beautifully by Prairie View A&M. It was
third down
Anthony Parker on the defense there, and he was stride for stride. Stewart tried to run a little bit of stop and go and didn't take the bait. Now it's 3rd and 10 for the Bearcats.
First down markers at the 40.
Got a lot of grass.
Pocket.
Got a lot of grass. Run it.
Needs to get to the 40. He's going to be close to the first down. I think he's a little short of it.
He went out short, but did he get the 6'6" frame and stretch to move the ball? And it looks like they're going to mark him a couple yards short.
Yeah, right.
Or maybe right a yard short.
1 yard short of 39. So you got a 4th and 1 coming up for Casey Keeler.
And that's a play where Mike Dare will know after he watches the tape and he sees all that grass in front of him. No reason to make the fake because that just breaks your stride and it doesn't let you run as fast. And all he had to pick up was 1 more yard to make a first down. He'll know and he'll learn from that.
Punt hits around the 22-yard line. Good pursuit by the special teams of the Bearcats. And we will break right now with 5:18 to go here in the 3rd quarter. It's a 34.
Monday at 8:15 on ESPN.
Welcome back to Bauer Stadium here in Huntsville. 5:18 to go here, 3rd quarter. Bearcats leading 34-23 over Prairie View. Prairie View gets football back here with some work to do. Outscored 17-0 since leading 23-17 in this one.
Going back to the ground.
There's Tucker again.
Tucker. Oh, did the ball come out first? I'm not sure. What a great tackle by Adrian Contreras. Coming up from the backside and
Daniel Adams scooped it up. We'll see if they Yeah, roll the players down.
I mean, Tucker is another explosive run, following the blocks, this little counter play, and oh yeah, yep. He definitely was down before the ball came out. Here we go, Tristan Wallace.
Wallace downfield, 20-yard line. That one's broken up by the Bearcats.
Got a flag in the middle of the field, which is away. Not even anywhere near where the ball went. Let's see if Adrian Contreras, the safety,
Jalen Thomas flagged for interference here on the play. Let's take a look at it again.
No, there's no flag there. The flag was thrown in the middle of the field. So it was the receiver that was running down. Oh, man, DeWine. He and Caleb Broach are both just so elusive. They're not big guys, Randy.
No, they're not, but they do some damage. I mean, he's Broach a little bit bigger, obviously, than DeWanda Tucker.
Actually, that was Brendan Goodwater. Also a 5'7" guy.
180 yards now for Tucker.
Yep. That was this defense now. You see Hunter Brown really starting to zero in. And he's not necessarily making a clean tackle every time, but man, he is really targeting the running backs, and he's not losing sight of them as they run those counter plays, so the defensive line gets a little bit out of position to try to make a crease, and Hunter Brown's doing an outstanding job of filling that gap.
3rd and 7 now for the 45 for Prairie View. Morton.
Oh, that Bearcat defense. Great coverage downfield, Randy.
Yeah.
There was plenty of time for Jalen Morton to get rid of the ball or to find a receiver. Did not have that luxury.
Different style of defense for this year. They're obviously missing PJ and some of these other guys that were a big part of this defense in recent years, but you reload and get after it. They're making some plays here tonight. They'll punt it away now to Davian Davis, who's back at the 10. Clock continues to roll down here in the 3rd quarter. Fair catch is made close to the 15-yard line by Davis, so Bearcats will get it back up 11 with 3:16 to go here, 3rd quarter.
Charles was here. Charles would do it like this. Make it an ass.
All right, let's get back to our game.
Back live at Bauer Stadium, 3:16 to go. Bearcats get it back here up at 11. Mike Dare, good time to throw the football. Pass, though, is incomplete there at the 25. Yeah. Pass intended for Nathan Stewart. Let's go down to the field, check in with Matt Peterson. Matt?
Hey, guys. Mike Dare's right arm looked fine on that throw. On the last defensive series, he was receiving treatment on his right elbow. Looked like it was cut up just a bit. An icy hot type substance and some bandages, but arm clearly looks fine after that throw.
Thanks for the update there. Matt Peterson roaming the sidelines there on the Bearcats side. And off up the middle, a little running room there for Kyron Jackson. The 20, picks up 4, maybe 5 yards. Third down and 5 for the Bearcats. 2:35 and counting here, 3rd quarter. Pressure on Dare. Down he goes around the 15-yard line. 3 Panthers wrap him up on 3rd down to force the punt.
Randy, he's been able to escape that pressure most of this game. But the Panther defense really locked in on him. Made sure they bottled him up and did not let him escape the pocket.
Well, Bearcats going to have to punt it away again. Good field position coming up now for Prairie View.
Oh, nice punt.
Fielded there around the 38-yard line. So good field position for the Panthers with work to do here at 1:42 mark, third quarter. Matt McRobert, the freshman, he's improved during this game from his first collegiate punt to now. He's relaxed out there a little bit more.
I mean, he punted that ball from around his own 4-yard line and got it all the way across the midfield stripe. So good job of turning it over. Now
there's Tucker. Big running room for Tucker inside the 35. Dragged down near the 25-yard line.
Yeah, Daniel Adams there saves a touchdown. Dewanye Tucker has been owning the running game for this Panther offense. And they're going quick.
That's going to put Dewanye Tucker over 200 yards again for the second consecutive week.
He's just so nimble. And I don't want to confuse the nimble with strong. Caleb Roach checking in to give Tucker a break.
Here's the run again, 38 yards for Tucker.
Yeah, he's getting good blocking, too, from that offensive line up at the point of attack. And you see the offensive guards pulling, creating space and seams. And now Sam Houston State's got a player on the field.
Shea, after that 38-yard run for Tucker tonight, 17 carries, 225 yards. He had 224 a week ago.
I'll give the offensive line credit, and I know he will give the offensive line credit as well. But his runs and the space that he has to break in there, and he's, again, not a big guy. He doesn't need a lot of room, but he's got big gaping holes to run through, and then he's got a lot of power in that lower body, and arm tackle will not bring him down.
Second down and 2 now. Panthers at the 17-yard line of the Bearcats.
Oh, a late flag coming from the middle of the field. Darius Mouton in coverage for the Bearcats.
And go against Prairie View. Second down again now coming up. Pushing it back to the 22-yard line. Morton looking for the end zone. Broken up at the last minute. Let's see who has the coverage there.
Mouton. Darius Mouton.
Mouton again.
Yes. Great play on a big physical receiver to go up and never lose sight of the ball. That's exactly what Darius Mouton did so well on this coverage. And he's going against one of the best wide receivers he's going to face all season long. And he does a great job of locating the ball, and he just uses the right hand, slaps it out of the way, and forces a third down. Blitz coming from the Bearcats.
Morton chased out. Running room right side inside the 20, trying to get to that first down. He does.
Well, he had 53 yards rushing against Rice last week, and I don't think any one of those runs that he has had tonight is as big as the one he just had to pick up the first down. Desperately needing to score here before the end of the third quarter. 25 ticks on the clock left, and the Bearcat defense in the middle. We used to see the big plays by P.J. Hall, breaking through, getting 3, 4, 5 yards in the back, sacking tackles for loss. You're not seeing that as much, but, man, these guys are really, Roberson doing a great job. Hunter Brown doing it. Royce C., we've called his name a lot. Eric Fowler. Man, those guys are getting after it on defense. Spencer Williams comes out, take a breather.
Third quarter. Prairie View knocking on the door, down 11. Work to do in the fourth quarter. That's All right, we're back live at Bauer Stadium here in Huntsville. Start to the fourth quarter, 34-23 lead for the Bearcats, but Prairie View on the 15-yard line of Sam Houston, facing second down and 10 to open the quarter. There's Morton. Finds a seam up the middle inside the 10-yard line, down close to the 8.
Yeah, that run doesn't look all that great, but the coverage downfield again by Sam Houston State defensive backs, outstanding. Jalen Morton, this big 6'3", 205 or 220-pound guy, just runs through the tackles, and that's a nice gain on first down. Excuse me, actually it was second down. First down happened at the end of the third quarter. That was second. Now it's third and about 3.5.
There's Morton. Nothing there, met at the 10-yard line.
Defense closing in, clamping down.
Field goal attempt coming up now. They'll mark it at the close to the 17-yard line, so it's 27-yard field goal. Zach Elder with the honor for the Panthers. Snap is good, kick is good. So the 17-0 run by Sam Houston ends with the field goal for Prairie View. 8-point lead.
My dad was going through all these things, and I had no idea.
All right, back live here at Bauer Stadium. 13:46 to go here in the fourth quarter. Bearcats leading by 8, 34-26. After the field goal from Zach Elder, Prairie View A&M. Tyler Scott, Jalen Harris back for the Bearcats. Harris fields it at the 10. 15, 20, gets a block out near the 25-yard line. And that's where the Bearcats will take over on offense. Let's go down the sidelines, check in with Matt Peterson. Matt?
All right, my last update was on Mike Dare's right elbow. Now worth monitoring his left knee. They put on a protective brace over his left knee during the last defensive series. Neither of the backup quarterbacks, Ty Brock or Eric Schmidt, are warming up. So it doesn't seem too serious, but still worth monitoring.
All right, thanks, Matt, for the update. Appreciate that. 13:40 to go now. Bearcats begin on the 25. New quarterback in there. That's Schmidt, Eric Schmidt.
Yep. As Matt was telling us is that Schmidt is going to check into the game. And what has really impressed Coach Keeler about Eric Schmidt, a redshirt freshman from the Woodlands High School, and you see Dare coming back on the field. Schmidt is a true burner, and he's actually staying on the field as a receiver. Oh, I like the play call.
There he is. Yeah, I thought he was exiting the field. He's staying on, though. Matt pointed out Schmidt in there. They've been really high on his development throughout the spring and what he could bring to the table, throwing the football and his mobility.
Again, he's probably the fastest of the three quarterbacks. And one of the things that he did so well at the high school level in the highest classification is to use his legs to make plays.
First and 10 from the 37-yard line. Schmidt showing off the speed. Running out of real estate, though, on that right side. Yeah, takes a hard hit there at the 37.
He did on first down, but he eluded a few tacklers, but nice job of that Panther defense to string that play out. I mean, they know the likelihood of him running is high. And you see the layers of defense closing in for the Panthers.
Second down now for the Bearcats. They need to get out to the 47-yard line. Yeah, you look at Schmidt out there. Does he remind you a little bit of a Brian Bell from several years ago, just size-wise? And Bell didn't have a lot of size to him.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure about that. But you think about Brian Bell and what he did for this team. But the interesting thing on the last 3 plays, Randy, is that Mike Dare has been lining up at wide receiver, and he's not even coming off the ball. So, I mean, in essence, Ryan Carty is just – he's throwing away a play because you've got your quarterback, your starting quarterback. He's in the game, but he's not anywhere near making a play.
He's back in there now. Dare takes a tough hit there around the 35. He's hobbling now. That was a big hit to the knee.
Hit came down low. Big 6'6" guy. Take another look, Randy, as he's scrambling out to his left. He feels the pressure. Coverage downfield is good. Hey, this is good football play. I mean, and actually the tackler got blocked in to him. Woody Brandon, number 85, was blocking downfield, and just a bad collision there for Mike Dare.
Randers is tending to him there on the sidelines. There's a shot of him right there. Looks like they're working on his left knee. Good punt from McRobert again. Good bounce inside the 15 all the way down inside the 10-yard line. So the freshman with perhaps his best punt of the night.
Well, a Panther defender lost his helmet, and there is a penalty flag down on the hash mark around Zion McCollum, well away from where the ball is, 15, 20 yards away. But there will be a penalty assessed.
Well, good news on the sidelines there. Looks like Dare is jogging a little bit, trying to shake it off. Hopefully he's okay.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Personal foul on the 85 on the kicking team. Personal foul on the 22 on the receiving team. Both players are offset. First down.
All right, they're going to take it back there. See what the call is. K.C. Keeler out there on the sidelines. His ball club up 8 points now. 11:09 left here, fourth quarter.
Well, the one-possession game, and the Panthers from Prairie View decided that they would like to have the punt redone after the penalty was assessed. They've been very disciplined on their punt return team by sending about 4 guys each time, and it's seemingly they get close to the punter. It's not a block scheme because they're only sending 4 guys. And now Coach Cooley has to call a timeout after all of that. He's got too many players on the field, so alertly calls a timeout.
Timeout, then they'll come back and punt it away. Bearcats hosting North Dakota next weekend here in Huntsville for Prairie View. On the road again, 6 straight road games to open the season at Nevada, Las Vegas.
Well, one thing for next week is that the North Dakota team played the Washington Huskies today, and the Huskies are arguably the best team in the Pac-12. So might be catching them at a good time if you're Coach Keeler and the Bearcats.
All right, so McRoberts will punt. Anthony Parker back for Prairie View. Nice punt from McRobert. 15-yard line. Parker brings it out. Crosses 25 out of bounds around the 27-yard line.
Well, Coach Cooley picked up about 12 to 15 yards of field position. by having the Bearcats re-punt the ball. Able to get a return versus the ball trumbling down inside the 10-yard line, and now he's out near the 25-26.
Eight-point game here, 34-26. And 58 to go here in the ball game. Hand off to Dewanya Tucker. What a night he has had. That was his 19th carry, so approaching 230 yards for Tucker tonight.
Yeah, Tristan Wallace working down the field on Zion McCollum. Gets beyond the sticks, breaks out to the sideline. Nice throw there by Jalen Morton, picking up the first down. You would think that you've got to go back to Tristan Wallace a couple more times, give him an opportunity to make a play down the field, but the man-to-man coverage from Zion McCollum, who himself is 6'4", has been a great matchup all game long, and watching those two battle has been very, very entertaining from our point of view.
Daniel Adams right there defending on that play. Brings up 2nd down and 10 now for the Panthers.
Uh-oh.
And their big hole up the middle.
I've seen that before.
All night long.
Dewanya Tucker. 5'9", 175 pounds, Randy. Actually, no.
Well,
hang on. That's Goodwater again.
That's Goodwater. Yeah, he's getting some.
Hey, listen. They all look the same. They're all 5'7". Him, Caleb Broach.
That's only his 3rd carry of the night.
But they're the same. In like you said earlier, we cannot tell jersey numbers. Yeah, good defense there. Derek Roberson coming up from that outside linebacker spot. It's a lot easier looking at the television screen.
Morton gets away from some pressure, gets the football off. Pass is caught. This could be a Panther touchdown, and it is. What a play by Jalen Morton to free up, make that pass to Zarian Holcomb. Holcomb did the rest.
Well, Holcomb has probably been the most consistent receiver in the game, and somehow he goes across the line and it just finds himself with no defender around him. See Hunter Brown closing in on the quarterback, but Jalen Morton did an outstanding job of getting up a little bit of real estate, recognizing that he had the receiver downfield. Take another look at this, Rand, as he breaks out to his left. He's going to give up just a little bit of room, go lateral, and sling the ball down the field to Holcomb. Holcomb does the rest. Nice job. Nice pitch and catch.
Extra point coming up. It's a 2-point game right now with 9:04 to go here in the 4th quarter. Could be some discussion there on the Prairie View sideline whether to kick the extra point or go for 2 to tie this thing up.
Just use a second timeout of the half for the Panthers while they're discussing. Well, Panthers going to try to tie it up here.
Goodwater's out there as well for Prairie View.
Yeah, Coach Keeler, little chess match going on, Randy. Calling a timeout once he saw the offensive set.
speaking of timeouts, Prairie View's only got one left in this game. Bearcats have 2 left. Bearcats, winners of 20 straight games here at Bauer Stadium.
Another good thing about this for the Bearcats, if you are, they're going for their 5th straight win at home in a season opener.
Last loss was September 19th of 2015, a 49-46 loss to Lamar. Since the start of 2011, the Bearcats have been nearly perfect, winning 47 of their last 49 games here at home. With their hands full tonight. So Prairie View will go for 2. There's Morton. Pass is caught, but he was out of bounds. Take a look at it again here. Here's Morton on the rollout, Shane. Finds his receiver just a little bit. Good coverage there, by the way.
Got a lot of room. And
nearly got that left foot in.
Yeah, the left foot just gets on the white stripe. And nice call by the officials down there, looking at it cleanly. When Holcomb left the ground, looked like he had an opportunity to get the foot down. You take another look here as Morton throws the ball, and it just gets in the air. And that is actually a very heads-up play defensively by Tristan McCollum to make sure that once the foot got off the ground, he pushed him all the way out so he could not get his feet down. Heads-up play there by the outstanding outside linebacker for this Bearcats defense.
Folks on that Panthers sideline fired up. They were in this football game. Dock it over there. 9:04 to go here in the 4th.
Just not able to get that foot down. Great effort, and again, just great effort on both plays. Both plays. He's up in the air, but that extra push from Tristan McCollum is what did not allow Holcomb to get that left foot down. Good camera work, guys.
Yeah, nice job.
Really
on that
showed
one.
it. Yep.
All right, so they'll kick it off to the Bearcats. Sam Houston looking to put something together. We'll see if Dare comes back in. After he took that hit to his left knee. Zach Elder will kick it off for Prairie View. Short kick, Jalen Harris around the 30, still on his feet. It's a block, crosses the 30 to the 33-yard line, so good field position for Sam Houston State. All right, Bearcats coming out. We'll see Dare is running back out there, so that's a good sign for Sam Houston after he took that hit. Saw a little bit of Eric Schmid. There on that right side, good pursuit by the Panthers. Picks up 1. Second down and 9 now for Sam Houston State. Mike Dare making his Bearcat debut tonight. He's 18 of 38 for 161 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions so far tonight. Davion Davis, looks like it is, around the end.
Now, enough to move the chains, and that was one of those things where he had to bob and weave a couple of times, Randy, to get up to the next level to pick up enough yards to make the first down. Right now, you want to think that Coach Keeler wants the clock to keep running. 8 minutes, left on the clock in the fourth quarter. Well, that was a whole lot of moving around by Mike Dare, able to get the pass out to Tyler Scott for a completion.
He stays in bounds. Clock keeps rolling.
Had to dodge a couple of people. Good pressure by the Panthers defense. Take another look here as Dare has to step up in the pocket, dodge a few guys, and throws a rocket out there to Tyler Scott, who's able to pick up a couple of yards, or actually a yard.
Second down and 9.
As you said, clock rolling, and now it's going to be offsides on the defense.
They're pointing. Prairie View's pointing to Sam Houston, but it looked like that.
They always do that. The defensive lineman or offensive lineman, regardless of which way it goes. We like the encroachment came into the line of scrimmage.
They are going to call it on Sam Houston State.
Yeah, but get another look at that. You'll see that the defender definitely gets into the neutral zone, and the left guard for the Bearcats responds. Take another look. I mean, they're in there, and that penalty usually goes against the defense when they go into the neutral zone and the person that they're right over jumps, but did not go the Bearcats' way. The 2nd and 14.
They're looking downfield. Nathan Stewart trying to get separation. Contact, it looks like it's going to be flagged on Prairie View. That might be on Jalen Harris. He had the covers there on Nathan Stewart.
Yep, that's Jalen Harris, 23. Nathan Stewart did a good job, but Harris just really got too much body on him and tried to ride him out of bounds and did not give him any room to get clear. Good call by the officials.
On the 44-yard line now for the Bearcats, 1st and 10. Nursing a 2-point lead here at Bauer Stadium. Big hole up the middle. That's Kyron Jackson.
Oh, what a nice move by Kyron Jackson. He took the ball, Randy, as he goes up just right over the left guard. Take another look and watch the move that he makes in the open field. He makes a guy miss, freezes him. Nice physical finish to the run. Kyron Jackson doing a nice job right there of picking up positive yards.
Kyron Jackson, 12 carries, 77 yards on the night.
Kyron Jackson got stymied. I think Tristan Went got stonewalled by the Panthers defense.
Quentin Bell, I think, wasn't it?
And Kyron Jackson runs right into the back of his offensive lineman. Bounced off of him, was able to maintain his feet, but he did lose 6 yards on that run.
Third down and 6 for Sam Houston.
Oh, a little trickery there.
There's Davion Davis looking for a hole. Knocked down at the 39-yard line. He's about 5 yards short of that first down.
Yeah,
picked up maybe 1 yard on that.
Yeah, Reginald Stubblefield, a hard-hitting safety, comes up with the stop. Stays at home. That's exactly what you want to do, Davion Davis, as he tries to break it outside, not getting by Reginald Stubblefield. I like this. I do like this play right now with 5 minutes, 11 seconds. You're not really in field goal range, and you really don't want to punt the football. And this is it's a gutsy call, but think Coach Keeler's letting a lot of clock run off, or as much clock as can possibly run off.
4:55 now to go. On a 4th down play coming up for Sam Houston.
Yeah, and he'll take the delay of game penalty.
Yep.
Back him up a little bit. I always wonder about that. So when you have this play, and Coach Keeler obviously is trying to give his punter more room. If you're Prairie View, why don't you just decline the penalty?
True. Yep. Why not?
Keep him in the uncomfortable zone for the punter, not where he has more comfort. Make him less comfortable.
That's a big punt from Matt McRobert coming up.
Well, and the way the punters now, and the evolution, especially of the Australian punters that have come to the United States to play college and have gone on to play in the NFL, they've changed the way that punters actually they have spin on the
high snap. Somehow got that kickoff, and what a great kick that was by Matt McRobert. That one nearly was blocked by 2 Panthers.
My goodness, he mishandled the ball. Randy, this could well be the play of the game for Sam Houston State. Look at Matt McRobert here. Punts, or the snap, over his head. Somehow he gets it away. He's got 2 defenders right in front of him. Somehow, someway he gets that ball off because, look, this is a 2-point ball game. Yeah, big play by the Bearcat defense now coming up to sack Jalen Morton. But McRobert getting that punt off. I mean, ostensibly, they only pick up a first down, and the Panthers are in field goal range.
Not bad pressure kick there by McRobert.
I don't think
disastrous. 2nd down at 17. Nearly intercepted there around the 40-yard line.
Yeah, the Bearcats able to get pressure, rushing 3, dropping 8 into coverage. The defense needs to shine for these Bearcats. It has tonight. A lot of substitutions.
Bearcat fans on their feet here tonight. 4:16 to go. 3rd and 17. They need to get out to the 24-yard line. There's Morton in trouble. Flag is down back near the line of scrimmage.
Well, Derek Roberson has just been all over the field tonight for the Bearcats defense. Number 49 is just breaking down pass coverages and putting pressure, getting holding penalties against the Panthers offense. Take another look at this 3-man rush. And just getting down and fighting and trying to get to the quarterback and do the holding call. And now the Panthers will have to punt the ball away. And so far in the second half, Prairie View's been much better at getting the snap to the punter and the punter getting the kick away. Now deep in his own end zone. They have to do it again.
Short kick.
Oh, and it's got a little backspin to it.
Hit at the 33, bounced back to inside the 30. So here come the Bearcats. Up 2 with 3:58 to go.
All right, Randy, so this is going back again to what we talked to Coach Keeler and the Bearcats coaching staff about. With Ryan Carty being the first-year offensive coordinator coming from New Hampshire, where he spent a bunch of time, with Darnell Stapleton being the offensive line coach in a run-oriented offense, can this offense chew up 3 minutes and 58 seconds on a short field to salt the game away?
They're going to need to.
Well, but that's the new look Bearcat offense that we're seeing. Instead of slinging the ball around and trying to get in the end zone fast, is you'll take the score obviously, but can you run the ball now and can you use clock? And that's what this team has to do. And Coach Keeler's, look, he needs to do it for the Southland Conference race because the defenses are incredibly tough.
Yep.
but he's also going to need that for the comfort level of going into the playoffs and making those deep runs. And right now, if you're Coach Cooley, you go, those timeouts, when we had to take a timeout because we had too many guys on the field, and you took a timeout going for two. You'd really like to have those now.
Second down play. That was Bulmer, I believe, with the carry again. Remus Bulmer's been pretty active tonight.
Well, this is where you want your offensive front to really kind of settle in and get it down. In the Panthers' defensive front, they know they're going to try to run the ball, getting good pressure, good pursuit upfield, and Bulmer spun back around, goes to the middle of the field, really doesn't pick up any yards on that second down run.
And they're using every second of this play clock now. It's down to 11 seconds. 38 on the clock overall in this football game. 34-32 Bearcats. There's Dare over the middle. Catch is made. First down Bearcats. Nathan Stewart. His 7th catch of this football game.
Randy, that's probably, for Mike Dare, that's probably one of the better throws that he's made tonight. He only picked up 6 yards on the pass play, or 7 yards on the pass play. But take a look at where he puts this pass. It's not behind the receiver. It's right where the receiver can catch it around the numbers. It's not extending him too high. We saw a couple of those throws early in the ball game. Mike Dare, when he really needed it the most, threaded the needle and put a great catchable ball where Nathan Stewart could pick up the first down.
7 catches, 120 yards for Nathan Stewart now. They continue to run the football inside the 10-yard line. One timeout left for Prairie View. Bearcats trying to hold on for the victory tonight and extend their home winning streak to 21 games here at Bauer Stadium.
Yeah, Colby Thomas has filled in very well for Tyler Edwards, who went down in the first quarter.
All right, Bearcats are going to take a timeout with 1:09 to go here. All right, well. Back live here at Bauer Stadium in Huntsville. 1:09 to go on a second down play for the Bearcats. Up 2, trying to add to it. Touchdown Bearcats, and they do that.
Remus Bulmer with his 3rd touchdown run of the night. Yeah, look at him coming off the field, man. He is fired up. What a great run by Remus Bulmer. He takes the ball, a little stretch play, gets it out on the left side, and then uses speed, cuts it right back up the middle in between 2 Prairie View defenders. Ends up carrying him into the end zone. Nice job right there on that vertical cut. That's what got him into the end zone for the touchdown.
Well, they milked the clock pretty good, down to 1:02 now in this football game.
Well, the Cats still showing 34 on the scoreboard. We need to move that up to 40. Probably won't do it until the officials confirm the score. Scoreboard operators got some discipline tonight. Usually, home team, you see the score go up, man. You add it too. Here's Bulmer again. He has had a tremendous night. 12-yard touchdown run earlier in the game. Very similar to that one. Also had the 2-yard touchdown run after the special teams miscue by the Panthers, where Sam Houston State got the ball down inside the red zone and punched it through from the 2-yard line, and now the scoreboard shows 40.
Trey Honstein in for the point after. Push it to 9-point lead for the Bearcats. Kick is up, and the kick is good. So Sam Houston State pulling away here in the final minute.
Well, Randy, when they started the drive, it was on a short field. 3 minutes and 58 seconds left in the game. And now they've got it down to 1:02 and a 9-point lead, and really you couldn't ask for anything more than that. If you're head coach Casey Keeler.
Well, you got an opening night game. You don't know what you're going to get on an opening night. You know you got an opponent that's very athletic. Third game, and they've given you fits here. Closest game they've had in a long time here.
Always won, but you know there's going to be offsides. You know there's going to be penalties. You know there's going to be substitution challenges and errors. You know you're going to have quarterbacks and or players make throws or plays that they shouldn't make. So, yeah, these are all coachable things for him. And, Coach Keeler, I'm guaranteeing you will be first to say that, hey, look, this is not the best we can play, but certainly we're glad to come away with a win. We've got some things to work on and clean up before next week in North Dakota.
Take a look at the preseason poll for the Southland Conference. These were unveiled at the media day. A lot of respect for Nichols, Sam Houston. This is such a balanced conference where anybody could win. And I think a McNeese team is also a team to keep an eye on. Central Arkansas, Southeastern. It's going to be a good race this year.
Well, it feels like we kind of get around to saying that almost every season here for the last 4 or 5 years. I mean, Central Arkansas's had a great run, as has the Bearkats. McNeese always in the conversation, and the resurgent Nichols Colonels. And then don't forget Southeastern. I mean,
exactly.
This is a heavy conference. And then you've got newcomers. Vic Shealy trying to get the University of Houston Baptist Huskies rolling, and Adam Dorrell from Abilene Christian. I mean,
I was going to say I was in Waco last week, and for a half into the third quarter, ACU hung out pretty tough with Baylor. So.
All right, here's Jalen Morton trying to find a receiver. Cannot. He's going to take it upfield on the run and pick up a first down that'll temporarily stop the clock. 44 seconds on the scoreboard.
First and 10 for the 28.
Oh, my goodness.
Incomplete pass there around the 45-yard line.
I thought Zarin Holcomb, he might have had a catch there. Look at it was a one-handed grab going down to the ground. Ruled incomplete, now 2nd and 10.
Inside 30 seconds to go. Pass nearly brought in around the 42. Again, 9-point deficit now for Prairie View. Down their final 24 seconds here. Third down play over the middle, another incomplete pass. Brings up 4th down with 20 seconds left. This one ends. We'll head down to the field for a quick post-game interview with Matt Peterson and KC Keeler. Fourth down play now for Prairie View. Trying to keep this drive going. Running out of time, though. Pass is caught near midfield. And that's going to be a first down for the Panthers with 12 seconds left.
Well, they're giving Prairie View their last timeout after the completion and moving the chains for the first down at the midfield mark. 12 seconds left. It's probably a good time to work on the deep ball late in the game.
Bearcats hold on here. It'll be career win number 221 for K.C. Keeler. Also improve his record of 47-12 here at Sam Houston State.
Well, taking over for Willie Fritz, who really did a good job of breathing life back into this program. And here we go, looking at the coaches poll. Top 10, North Dakota State. Obviously, James Madison. South Dakota State Jackrabbits getting in there a little bit.
Early in the season. Nichols in that poll as well, and that win over Kansas. All right, 10 seconds left of first down play.
Here's a deep ball.
Nearly intercepted, knocked loose with 2 seconds left. Well, I'm very impressed with what we've seen from Prairie View tonight. I think they're going to have a fantastic season. 1-2 start, but close loss at Rice. They won a week ago, and a great battle tonight here at Bauer Stadium. Final play of the game here.
And Jalen Morton heaves another bomb. Gets it into the end zone, but batted down by the Bearcat defenders. And that'll do it.
Time has run out. Bearcats win their season opener. Hard fought, 41-32 tonight.
Yeah, you say hard fought, Randy, and again, it was a very hard fought game, and the Panthers from Prairie View A&M did a very good job of coming into a hostile environment. Home opener, as you said earlier. And Sam Houston just had enough big plays and the special teams plays that hurt the Panthers that created such great field position for Sam Houston State, which they capitalized on. Was probably the difference in the game.
Well, Mike Dare making his first start at quarterback. He's got some confidence leaving tonight, knowing he's also got stuff to work on, which is what it's all about early in the year.
I think it's good for Mike Dare to actually get the reps that he got in real time. So at Rutgers, he was there for 2 years before he went to Lackawanna and college, and he really hasn't seen this type of competition in live scrimmage or in a live game, in a game situation. So there's a lot that he can learn, and it'll be interesting to watch his improvement from week 1 to week 2, week 3 as he goes down through the season. He's got the arm. He's got the big body. He's got the pro-style offense that Coach Keeler likes in his quarterback. So, again, it'll be very interesting to see how he improves now from week 1 to week 2.
Next week, Bearcats back here at Bauer Stadium, as we told you earlier, against North Dakota. And then also Prairie View on the road once again, 4th straight week. They go to Las Vegas, take on Nevada, Las Vegas. So a couple more weeks before they have their home opener. But Coach Dooley has these Panthers playing hard, and they're going to have a good season ahead.
Well, they have playmakers, too, offensively. And I was very impressed today with DeWanye Tucker, the running back, as well. And Caleb Broach also gave them some punch in that offensive line or in that offensive run game. Jalen Morton is obviously a big-time quarterback, redshirt junior. Throws the ball really well. Big, tall guy, strong guy, can run the ball. And then you've got the wide receivers. And we really saw more from Holcomb, Zarian Holcomb tonight than maybe we anticipated, because everybody was thinking Tristan Wallace. But credit that Sam Houston State defensive backs to rotate through and bracket and do what they had to do to limit the opportunities for Tristan Wallace in this ball game.
All right, we're going to go down to the field, check in with Matt Peterson. Quick remarks here from K.C. Keeler. Matt?
Coach, you told us during the week you can't simulate week 1, and right on cue, a weather delay. You guys fought through and got a win. General thoughts on starting 1-0?
It's about what I thought. I thought we were playing a really good football team that had 2 games up on us, and my fear was some of the penalties might get in our way, and that's what happened. I thought some of the penalties got in our way. I thought they also played very well. And you can see we're a work in progress. We're going to keep on getting better. There were some really, really good things out there and some things that aren't characteristic to who we are. But when 40% of your team is brand new, and you lost 3 or 4 of the greatest players in the history of this program, you are going to have some transition. I think this can be a really good football team. This was sort of the first step to us becoming even better next week.
How about the special teams? John Lovett, your new special teams coordinator. Some big plays, especially in that second half.
Absolutely. You know, I mean, Trey has kicked the ball unbelievably. Matt was his first game. I don't think he's ever seen a college football game before. This was his first game he played in, and had to explain to him he can't go down on a knee when he feels the ball. But talk about a kid who came out and just, wailed at that ball. I thought made a great play in that last kickoff, coming up and making a play on it and catching that ball, because that could have been in no man's land. So, yeah, we thought we were going to have some really good special teams. I think that proved out. And, again, that's really a part of who we need to be moving forward.
And finally, how about your pass defense? These guys put up a lot of yards in the air against Rice. They won last week. You guys had them in single digits, less than 100 yards till the very end.
Yeah, we felt we were going to be better this year because we had 2 true freshmen start for us at corner last year. And then Darius Mooten has really come on and gotten better. I think that's probably the most improved part of our team is that defensive secondary. So really happy with the way they played. Again, really good test because that team has some talent. To go nose to nose with Rice and take apart North Carolina Central, I mean, it shows that those guys are going to win a lot of ball games, and I think we can. It's just we got to take the next step next week.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, Matt, great job down there. Congratulations to Coach Keeler and the Bearkats. Hard-fought win here at Bauer Stadium, Shea Walker. Something you take away from this, some confidence. It's a victory, and you move on and get better next week.
Well, you always want to win. Certainly want to win your opener, especially at home. And like Coach Keeler said, there's some pluses and some minuses, but he feels like this team being a young team or less experienced than he has had in the last couple of years, he's very confident. He's very high on the team, and that confidence from the head coach, it goes to the players. The players understand, and they know that. And I surely expect that the Sam Houston State Bearkats will continue to improve this year.
All right, that'll do it for Bauer Stadium. Final score, 41-32, Sam Houston State over Prairie View A&M. For the entire crew, including my partner Shea Walker, Matt Peterson on the field. Thanks for watching. Bearkats get the opening week win for their program. Back at it coming up next week. That'll do it. So long.